夜空を舞いパララ行こうがしてあなたのもとへ届くから Your lonely rolling star 諦めないでよね Your lonely rolling star たまには電話して Your lonely rolling star 会いたいの今すぐ Your lonely rolling star パラララララBa-bam. Hello! It's Tenchi time. It's Tenchi Saturday. How's everybody doing? How's all my simpletons out there? Hello, Turner Kid. Hello, Fenkire. Thank you for the lurk. How's it going, Tyler Senpai? And Wide Pants and Yemame. Hello, hello, hello. Wow. So many folks. I feel so honored. How's everybody doing? I am doing well myself. I've had a pretty laid back Saturday. Chilling at the Tenchi Cloud pod. Is that what the people call it? Their pod? No, their pad. My Tenchi pad. Everybody's doing good? That's great. What's something that made you smile today? I got to chat with Tenchi Bro for a long time, and he told me about how he's training his dog, and it's going well. So I'm pretty happy about that. And we're having a pretty rad, pretty cool, pretty chill stream today. I'm gonna be alternating between showing stuff off on stream and then also building stuff. We're gonna be like crafting things today. You did an escape game boardy thing. Whoa, that's cool. Did you win at it, or like you were a smart cookie and defeated the escape board game thing? I didn't have to drive my parents somewhere in pitch black darkness. Aw, you lost? But you still had a good time. It made you smile. Well, what about it made you smile? Yeah, I was just thinking about that earlier today, actually. I feel like driving with parents is, it can be stressful. I remember, Tenchi Papa tried to teach me how to drive, but, he's not the most patient guy on the planet. And also, he was teaching me in Spanish, and a small Spanish lesson for everyone. Do you know your lefts and your rights in Spanish? In Spanish, your left is very easy because it's hard to forget. It's izquierdo, or izquierda, I guess, depending on the context. Izquierdo, that's what left means. But derecho is right. You're gonna take a right. It's derecho. But that's the other thing, because you can also say derecho to mean, like, forward or in front of you. So, you know, getting instructions at a stoplight or at a stop sign when they're in Spanish and you can't quite tell the difference. It was a tricky time learning to drive. But you know what? I am here. We're doing great. Anyway, it sounds like everybody else is doing the challenges. Oh no, Spanish? Yeah, I don't speak it much on stream, but yeah, I can speak Spanish. I'm actually a native speaker, if you could believe it. So, you know, si quieres practicar, just shout out, man. Anyway, I'm gonna scooch over because we are doing a hand cam today. Blam! Oh my mouse. Tenchi hand cam beam. Whoa. The first thing I wanted to show off. You can speak 3 languages? Whoa! What languages can you speak? Look at them digits. I know. 3 angel digits. Nobody take a picture of them. Although you're going to be seeing them all stream anyway, so I mean, I guess enjoy them if you want. I know some VTubers will even hold, like, they'll put on gloves, but that feels like a lot. English, French, and Turkish. Whoa. S'il vous plaît? Le petit fromage? I must know some other phrase, I think, in French. Je t'aime. That one's easy. You know some Spanish from high school. That's cool. Finch, start arguing with the random ghost to make it dramatic in Spanish. The random ghost? Oh, because you're a ghost. I mean, I don't know. I'm not that argumentative in Spanish, I don't think. And we got a lot of things to do, but maybe if I come up with something funny, I'll say it and swear it at you in Spanish. This is the first thing I wanted to show off. This is very cool. This is a keychain of Oblivion from Kingdom Hearts. I plan to continue learning it with Duolingo, but Duolingo went AI crazy. Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, I feel like generative AI is really the worst of it, but I can understand the frustration there. Keyblade. Is it a blade or is it a key? In this case, I think it's mostly a key. And the key here unlocks something even more powerful than your heart. This is a keychain, but it is also the key to this booze. It's a bottle opener. No way. Yes. Oh, shark themed beer, by the way. Everything in here I do for Gargura, all the way down to the beer. The only generative AIs I support is if it makes you a Minecraft world or stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, that's almost not even really artificial intelligence at that point, right? It's just kind of a thingy. Anyway, I wanted to show that off just because I thought that'd be fun. But the other thing we're talking about today is a lot of Pokemon, as everybody has already seen the stream title. So the first thing I wanted to show off, I have Pokemon decks, if you could believe it. I don't play any Pokemon whatsoever. I think I've played with them like twice. When I've had like friends over to play Pokemon with me. But I'm gonna show them off anyway, and then we're gonna start building Pokemon after that. So this is Pomu. She's Pomu. Pomu was a VTuber. Who's Pomu? It's her. But you're also Pomu, and I'm Pomu too. Shark bait hoo-ha theme for real. Yeah, it's a beer called a Land Shark. Actually made by if you've ever heard of Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville, this is his beer. It doesn't really taste like a margarita or anything, but it does taste like a shark. I would know. Tenchi follow beam. Right, so Pomu, she was a VTuber, the Pomu pile driver. I wish that was what this deck's name was, but it's not. What's inside? Well, let's find out. Inside is a trading card deck. These are sleeved trading cards of the Pokemon game. So this one I think is like mostly a steel. I guess they're not called steel type Pokemon. I keep fucking that up. Did she quit or something? Let's just say she passed on to another life and now she's a ghost. Let's say that. If you are actually curious, I can let you know, but I ate her. Oh no, she is a fairy, so it's mostly metal Pokemon. Is that what they call them? They're not metal Pokemon. They're steel type Pokemon, right? And they're a bunch of steel type Pokemon. Earlier in the year, my buddy Pyro was like getting into Pokemon like opening cards and stuff, and he gave me a bunch of cards he didn't want. So I guess I could just show this off. This is like a steel and psychic type Pokemon deck. I figured we could go through these because I made these decks to be like Pokemon that I like specifically, so like you can get a vibe for like the kind of Pokemon I like. So, I mean, I just put this card in here because it's like a cool... Can you see that on camera? It's like a cool full art. It's foily as well. I guess he's kind of... I don't know. Who thinks a card game... Well, I guess he's not a card game judge. He's like a Pokemon judge, but he happens to be on a card in a game. Wraparound shades. Genesect EX. This guy's pretty cool. I never caught him because he came out after I stopped playing the video games, but I like his bug vibe. He probably seems like he would smell like a new car. Oh. Don't you think he'd smell like a new car? Out of this context, do you Roblox? Not really. I've played Roblox like once on stream, and it made me depressed, so I stopped. I stopped playing Roblox pretty much after stream. But Genesect is pretty rad. I think I put this Carmine in here just because she's foily. You can kind of see, look at that. There's like a watermark foil. That's really cool. Did you play with someone? Roblox sucks. Not super. I mean, it was, I kind of had a viewer show me some of the games. The coolest game we played was Doors, because it was sort of horror-y, but a lot of that, those games are very clearly designed to just credit card farm little kids, which I think I'm opposed to. And then, of course, my playset of the boy, Steven's Metagross EX. Look at this. He's so rad. Who did you play with? It was a viewer. I think they lurked earlier. Their name was Fenkire. But yes, very cool. I love Metagross. I started in Gen 3, so he's one of my favorites. And then Steven's Beldum. I only have a single one that's got this like fancy foil art. He's chillin'. Look at Steven and his cool hair. I bet I could cosplay as Steven. I've basically got his hair already, don't I? Oh, that would be fun. My avatar in Roblox is V1. Whoa. How many Pokemon cards do you have? I have 3 decks and then a couple random cards, but I don't really collect all that much. So that was my little steel type Pokemon deck. Let me go grab the other one. I got 2 more actually. You don't like Pokemon? Well, that's okay. Not everybody does. I don't have a fancy little sticker on this one. No VTuber lore. This one's like fire type Pokemon, so it's got Typhlosion. I don't think I've got anything all that crazy to show off, to be honest, in this one. But I do have them. I have one reveal. I have one reveal that might show... Oh, I love these guys, Tandem-Mouse. I have exactly one reveal that is pretty funny about this. And that is... Blam. The super nerds among you may recognize this as a Magic the Gathering card sleeve. I thought it was kind of wrong and fucked up to put them in here, so I thought it would be funny to do it. The Pokemon anime has been pretty good, but the games have been meh. I have to agree with you. I haven't really enjoyed playing... I haven't really enjoyed playing most of the Pokemon games in a long while. I felt pretty cheated by Sword and Shield. You wanted to see... Hey, Pyro. Welcome to stream. You wanted to see Ninetales. Oh, gosh. Here, look. This is... I think I grabbed this from you as well. I don't think I opened this. It looks good. It does, doesn't it? I think the sleeve isn't really helping it here. Whoa, now you can really see the foiling. Ooh, wow. Sometimes I use cards like these for, like, tokens when I play Magic, because that's, like, the only card game that I actually play. Oh, I should show you. I have, like, a whole list of... These are all cards from games that are not Magic the Gathering, but I use them as sleeves. So, like, I've got Toru for dragons when I'm playing Magic. If I need a rat, I have Hakos Bells. A clue token, Amelia Watson. I'm gonna take a photo of your fingers. And what are you planning to do with them, huh? Are you gonna leave them at a crime scene? The photos of my fingers? They wouldn't ever convict. I'm an angel. My testimony is gonna trump any evidence anybody could produce. This is the last deck, I think, and the one I like the most. This is the closest, nearest and dearest to my heart. Your ring? I don't have a ring. I have no ring. I'm not... They're not taking me back anywhere. I promise you that. So this is a dark end psychic type deck on top of your head. This is a Halo. Wait, what about... I mean, my Halo is evidence? Is that what you're saying? This Bill's transfer is pretty cool. I guess we can show that off. All of these are upside downs. Whatever. I want to show off the Pokemon. My favorite kind of Pokemon are ghost types. I like ghost type Pokemon. I don't know why. I guess I think most of them are cute, and it's funny that like they try to be scary, even though they're like adorable. Like most of them are round, and I don't know who's afraid of a Gengar, man. But then also at the same time they're kind of edgy. I heard Ninetales. Wait. You must have missed it. Yeah, here, I'll show it to you. I'll pull it out again. Maybe you didn't see it. Bye. Okay, thank you for stopping by stream. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, here's a Ninetales. Maybe you missed it. As an angel, do you take offense to ghosts? No, I have a kinship with them, I think, if anything. Here's that Ninetales again. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, it's gonna make me act up. What a beast. Yeah. You know, I recently looked up the definition of beast because I feel like I use the word beast a lot, just kind of, what does lurk do? Lurk just basically, it makes stream elements say thank you for lurking, and to me it communicates, okay, you're gonna hang out, but you don't want to interact with chat, and that's okay. Anyway, so I looked up what beast means, and it turns out that beast is any animal on 4 legs. That's all that a beast is. It's generally a quadruped. I feel like I use it all the time. Anyway, Gengar in multiple arts. I kind of like this art better just because he's more intimidating. That's a good Gengar right there. But this is a scrunkly Gengar too. Like, look at him. I don't think you can see him from the sleeve all too well. Here. Come on. Focus for me, camera. Oh. I'm playing Roblox and watching you. How's that? So silly. Yeah. It feels like he's looking behind himself. Like he's like looking over his shoulder. Gonna sue Mr. Beast for false advertising. Yeah, that guy's on 2 legs. And don't you let him get away with that. Man, I feel like that guy has been elevated to such a bizarre status. He's like an immortal. He's like Superman on the internet. It's weird. Haunter, this has been drawn, I think, by the same artist as this Gengar, maybe? Yep. Komiya. It's the same artist. He's foil. And he looks like he's got some... He's about to have a night on the town. He's gonna ruin Vegas for everybody. That's definitely like Vegas he's got, right? I mean, it kind of looks like that. There's like a triangular like little... That looks like a Vegas sign. Devious little creature, yes. He's a dubious little creature up to no good. Here's another haunt. Oh, whoops. This is... I think this Haunter... Is this artist the same as this one? It's not, but they're meant to go together. This is another Haunter. Spooking it up. His evil little grabby hands. Urgh. I'm gonna grab you and I'm not gonna let go. And then I guess Bill's transfer. Who cares? Nerd. Anyway, those are my Pokemon cards. Most of them. I think I have a handful of EXs that I haven't put into any decks because I have no reason to. Oh, I put this aside just because I thought I could show it off. Here's a Chandelure sticker I had. It's got the little box Pokemon. Anyway, time for the reason you're here. Whoa. Look at this. I was gonna call this a Lego stream, but it's not actually a Lego. And I don't know about y'all, but I was that angel. I was like, it's not a Lego technically. Actually, Mega Bloks have a lot of lower quality. And I'm still that way, by the way. If Pokemon ever collabed with FNAF, I think it would break the internet. That would be kind of wild. I would be pretty surprised and confused about that crossover. Most of the time they're doing like clothing brands. And like Pyro was telling me earlier today about Uniqlo. Apparently there was like here, we'll look this up. There was like a Uniqlo Pokemon, what you call it? A crossover. If you don't know, Uniqlo is like a crazy expensive, like luxury brand, I'm pretty sure. Wait, what? $6 for one of these t-shirts? Or maybe they're not luxury. Maybe, are they one of those like... I remember people saying they don't like them for one reason or the other. Maybe they're more of like a drop ship, like low quality brand, like H&M. $6 for a t-shirt feels relatively reasonable. Huh. I guess I had the wrong idea about Uniqlo. Well, luxury. Yeah, apparently it's the clean opposite. Sorry. I looked at the, I don't know. I looked at the logo before. Like, okay, tell me, look at this logo and tell me this doesn't scream like, oh yeah, that's designer. Maybe I'm nuts. I think you're on a scam website. Maybe I am. Maybe this isn't the Uniqlo website. I thought Uniqlo was like crazy expensive. That's Miniso. What's the difference? What is Miniso? I have so much to learn about fashion. Is it like Uniqlo for kids? Fur for every you? Fun for every you. Okay, I'm done doing advertising. Okay, well, anyway, what we're actually here for. 4 fire-type Pokemon. That's Scorbunny. That's my boy. Fucking Sword and Shield would have been pointless if it wasn't for him. The Soccer Rabbit is my favorite of that generation. And I actually really liked that part of the generation was that that Gen whatever fucking number, the one where they were in the UK, Gen 8 maybe. It had a lot of like soccer vibes to everything, which I appreciate as somebody who likes soccer. Anyway, Scorbunny, we got Litwick. That's a ghost right there. Very happy that there's a ghost in here. Charmander, I guess you can't really have anything with fire-type Pokemon without referencing Charmander or Charizard. And then Salazzle. I think, you know what? They can't all be winners. I do like Pokemon that kind of relates to a career. Yeah, it's kind of neat, isn't it? I think it was cool. No, normally Pokemon has like no real... They don't always have like a energy or a vibe to them. Okay, I didn't stop to think about getting a scissors, a pair of scissors. But maybe this Keyblade, if we believe hard enough, will also unlock this box. If not, I'm going to tear into it like a beast. Like a 4-legged beast. Oh, I love this track. This track is called Isn't It Lovely? And it's from the what do you call it? It's from the Little Mermaid world in Kingdom Hearts 1. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna try. Wait, there's tape. I'm learning. There we go. Thank you, Oblivion. You're so powerful and strong. Oh, I didn't even talk about Oblivion, by the way. This is like the key that represents Riku and Sora's friendship. And it's dark and evil because Riku's kind of he's not a bad guy, but he, you know, his heart is kind of on the spectrum of darkness, I guess. Anyway. Leafson. So here's something pretty neat about this, too. That they're all in different little Pokeballs. Like, they're not just in, like, the standard Pokeball or the Great Ball or the Ultra Ball. This is your regular old Pokeball. I think this is a Premier Ball, which you would get if you bought 10 of these. You'd get a free one. I think this is a Dusk Ball? Somebody maybe correct me. I'm sure if Pyro's paying attention, he's going to know what these are. And this is a Quick Ball, which is better for catching Pokemon earlier in the encounter. This is a Luxury Ball. Right, there's a difference between a Luxury Ball and the Premier Ball. Quick Ball's your favorite. I think of all the Pokeballs ever, there's like a purple ball I'm thinking. No, it's not the Master Ball. But here, let's look up Pokeballs. Because I think I've got a favorite. A Luxury Ball, hey? Pokeball types. So the Master Ball is kind of iconic, but I do think the M is a little silly. What is my favorite Pokeball? I like the Ultra Ball, too. I mean, it's just a solid one. Oh, it's not a Dusk Ball, right. The Dusk Ball's, like, green. Ooh, it's probably the Dive Ball. The Dive Ball or the Net Ball. I really like these two of them. The M stands for Mr. Beast. That's where they found him. They found him in a Master Ball. Or I guess it's a Mr. Ball. Didn't it also have a special effect when you release Pokemon in a certain gen of Pokemon? Maybe. I have no idea. I'm not like that plugged in. I'm no expert. I'm a Pokemon intermediate. I remember I was doing on stream a what do you call it? I was doing was it a Nuzlocke or was it just a run of Pokemon? What you call it? It's a fan game. Either way, the point is I was playing a Pokemon game on stream, and boy howdy am I glad that Pyro was there, because I cannot believe how many Pokemon type matchups I had completely wrong. I swear, it's either like Mandela effect or I just really haven't paid attention to Pokemon in that long. Because I used to be so good at them. I knew every single one like the back of my hand. Like a multiplication table. Or my social security number. Nuzlocke is when your Pokemon faints, you can't use it anymore, I think. Yes, you're right. That is what a Nuzlocke is. Correct. Okay. So we have... Oh, look. This is the piece of paper they put in here so that you can appreciate all the Pokemon that weren't in here. I would have probably preferred Fuecoco or Vulpix. If you have to make it fire type, I guess. What a bummer. Oh, look at this. This is pretty cute. I like this little windmill. Wooloo is adorable, by the way. This guy, very cute. He also helps to carry that generation. I don't know how... I like this little waterfall. Oh, Kabuto, my beloved. Can you see him? He's right there. He's so small. His beady little eyes. I have a great big plush of this guy. He lives on my bed. I love him to bits. And his little Lapras would be sick. Yeah, it's so true. And this Gyarados would also be pretty cool. Pretty neat stuff. Okay, I am gonna hand over a little bit of power to chat. Don't go crazy. Don't go nutso on me. Don't lose it. But what the hell? Hey, this is 3 bags, right? Where the hell? Oh. How did I do that? I'm like a magician. Okay, pick your... This is not Pokemon. Never mind. This is not something easy for you to, like, understand. Here. Thanks for coming by, Turner. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Have a good one. Pick your mon. Huh? Can I maybe... I mean, I guess I could make you guys type them out, but like, just give me a 1, a 2, or a 3, or a 4. Huh? And I guess I'll leave that be for a couple seconds. And then we will decide which one we do first. I don't really mind. I guess if I were to pick, I know what I'd pick, but I'll let you know afterwards. 1. That's a vote for Score Bunny, my beloved. My little man. I don't remember what I named my Score Bunny. I'm pretty sure I named him something. But it was probably like a football reference. It was probably like Ronaldo. Or Messi. Tenchi follow beam. Well, okay. I'm not seeing any more votes. I'll just do Score Bunny then. Goodbye, box. We're gonna make this bunny come to life, baby. This is a song from Final Fantasy VII. It's Calm with a K. It is a city of some kind. I guess it's more of a town. It's the second town you visit, actually. So as soon as you leave the big, like, post-apocalyptic cyberpunk city you start in, you run into this cute little town where they host you. I don't remember doing much in that city. But also, like, there's a lot of that world in that game that you don't... It's all optional. Even though it's, like, a game from, like, 1997, there was a lot of side content, which is such a surprise. I remember being very surprised by that. Also, let me see if I can look this up. If I can convince even one person to go play the original Final Fantasy VII, I'll consider that a win. Check this out. So, Final Fantasy VII, in the original, they didn't have, like... Okay, that's gonna be confusing, isn't it? They didn't have a ton of space on the PS2. In fact, so little space that they had to put the game, I think, across at least 2 CDs, if not maybe 3. Here, let's open this article and maybe we can take a look at this picture. The best part of Final Fantasy isn't the games themselves, but the soundtracks. Totally. Soundtracks, the characters, the story. Playing a Final Fantasy game, it's like, it's not even about the mechanics, like, ever. So this, it gives you an idea of what the game looks like generally. Although actually, not so much, because there's a lot of 3D models here. The characters are represented in these funny little blocky, you know, PSX era models, but a lot of the backgrounds, let me see if I can find a good image. The backgrounds were all painted, and they were basically like playing dolls with the 3D models on top of the paintings. And it gives it this really, I mean, it's a little dated looking, but the paintings are all gorgeous. Maybe I can look up like a Midgar. That's the first city you start in. These are all models and pre-rendered cutscenes. Oh, here you go. Like, look at this. Or this, even. So there's a handful of models like this. I think this is a model, and this is probably a 3D model, but like, a lot of this background is just painted. Seriously, going back to play it for like a month, and then you come back to like regular old video games from nowadays, and it will be such a difference for you, I promise. Still need to get you into Final Fantasy XIV. It will probably happen. I feel like I keep hearing about it, both from my streamer friends and from my IRL friends, and unfortunately I can only resist for so long. But yeah, I like this track a lot. It's so calm. It's so like sad. It's kind of sad, isn't it? For like the second town you visit, it's not getting you geared up to an adventure. If anything, it feels like, don't you just want to live here forever? Okay, well, so I guess we're gonna do Score Bunny, huh? Normally the way I do Legos is I separate them out by colors and then I start assembling them. But I guess since they're in individual little packs, we can just go crazy. What is this little... They've put like a little rubber thingy. What is this? Is it supposed to be in there? Wow, I can't wait to find out what this is about. Is this like his little arms? His little paws? Huh. Anyway. Okay, I guess we start with his face. I feel like... It's not controversial to say that Mega Bloks are just kind of inferior, right? His whiskers? Oh. Oh, yeah! You totally got it. Those are his whiskers. I don't think it's controversial to say these pieces just don't feel as good. I feel like they don't assemble as nice. They don't look as good. They have all the great, like, crossover stuff. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but they have Halo. They have Halo Mega Bloks nowadays. And they also have... I remember back in the day they had Power Rangers Mega Bloks, too. I got at least one of those. That was really cool. Look at him. He's so happy to be alive right now. He is just cheesed. Cheesed to be here. Oh, that's adorable. I'll tell you what, though. I don't think Lego has anything on that feeling. Okay, so we're just gonna insert these into his little ears. His little bunny ears. Mega Halo, yeah! Dude, I actually got the, oh, one of them's got a little tuft. That's funny. I got the Halo, complete collection for like $5 earlier this year. I have never played Halo, if you could believe it. I'm a first-person shooter lover. Oh, wait. Whoops. I was doing this absent-mindedly. Come free. Oh, no. Oh, no. You think you have the Fuecoco one of these? I already have one of them, I think. I have... Where is he? I have Phantom. It's like the little Phantom ghost, what's he called? He's like a little stump. Fuecoco's cute, though. Huh. Don't ask how I managed to pull this off. My incredible finger strength. Okay, oh wait, no. This one was the mistake. They're supposed to both be in with the little orbs on top. My on-screen reading comprehension, even for images, is just woefully low. Okay, so we're gonna put these with the little yellow stripes on the front. Okay. What the? Oh, I assembled him backwards. These are different components. One of them has one hole on the top and the other one has two. I don't think you guys can see that on camera, but I'm just jawing anyway. You have Finion? Hello, Wormy. It's good to see you. Oh my gosh. How are you? And Finion, really? That's kind of a surprise, to be honest. It feels like a kind of an obscure Pokemon for them to do a little toy for. But I really like Finion's design. It's a lot of black and blue and purple, right? Look at him. He's so happy. I'm just glad I'm here, man. I'm glad I have my one little tooth and I get to eat carrots and stuff. Okay, let's do... So, we have finished this step 3. And now we must consult the next part of the scroll. Clip that? Which part am I supposed to... Are we clipping? What did I say? He's just cheesed to be here? Do they have carrots in the Pokemon world? I don't get the sense that they have a lot of normal food. I'm just happy to be here with my little tooth. Oh yeah, you know, I kind of only have one tooth. I guess I have a lower tooth too. It makes dentistry very easy. A little base. But I guess I gotta do... Oh, okay. Like this? Nice. Hyro. Hyro, it's Iro? I like that. Although I guess you're more like Hyro, it's Pyro. That's very cute. You should start your own VTubing thing. We were talking about that earlier today, Pyro and I. Because why were we talking about? Oh, because you want to play Undertale. You want to play Undertale and show Wormy and I. Because we're rabid. We both love our Undertale quite a lot. Did I somehow fuck up? Like, there's another... Oh. These two were, like, assembled together. What the heck? Bark, 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 bark. Oh, fuck. Yes. We both really, like... Did you see that? That piece just sail off into the distance? That's under my desk. Ah. Foaming Atla guy. Yeah, what was wrong with that guy? He, like, gets back up and then... Okay, you can go see it yourself, I think, in the show. He's actually on a magic card, too, by the way. He made it. But so we really want to watch Pyro play... play Undertale, because we both really love that game, and the music is so good. So we were talking earlier today about Pyro starting his own Twitch channel. Yeah. But I think we're going to be doing that on our Discord instead. Ah! No! Oh! My powerful arms and hands! They weren't designed for this! How do humans do it? How do you not shatter these little plastic pieces? With the force, the mighty force of your powerful fingers. Okay, seriously? Come on. Come on, come on. Okay. Please? Oh. It feels like having Hulk hands. Have you ever put your hands in one of those? Like those great big gloves you can get? Dude. As a kid, it did feel powerful. Especially because you could get away with punching people. Like, you could hit somebody pretty hard with those, and they're not gonna get injured. I mean, talk about it. That's the dream right there. As a rambunctious child, getting to punch anything. Please? I don't think it would be this challenging if this was a legitimate Lego, by the way. They are doing actual Lego sets with Pokemon next year. So I guess get your Mega Blocks while they last. I doubt it'll be for much longer. Okay, let's consult the texts. That was from Persona. I think it's like the third. What do they call it? The third palace. I might replay that game sometime soon. I love it way too much. It's like a 120-hour game though. It's a long ass game. Maybe it's closer to 100 hours. Look, he's got his little tail. Oh, that's adorable. Okay. Step 7. He has like a little... What is this? Is this just like a design splotch? Is it meant to be like a scarf? Okay, well, I know that that's where the head is going to go, but I guess we're just going to put on his little feet first. This looks a little silly how flat his feet are, but I'm pretty sure they are actually that flat on his model. You've been meaning to replay Persona 5 Royal because you can't remember the intricate lore of the Royal trunk anymore. Dude, yeah, there's like some pretty good... I remember there being some pretty good conflict in between two young men. Which is maybe the best written chunk. Like, there's like a chunk in there, if you'll remember, I'm sure you do, where it's basically two dudes replaying the first half of Death Note together. It's awesome. I love conflict. I remember that part very vividly. Divorce is way better than yaoi. Yeah, and they have so much more texture in that part of the story than they do in the main part of the story. Is the crazy thing. Those two characters. It's honestly funny too because I feel like the DLC was like advertising itself as being about like two new characters, and they're like barely important. Who gives a shit about them? It's a lot more about the protag and another character. An antagonist is all I'll say. I guess it has been, could you believe it? It's been like a decade since Persona 5, like the original, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check this. 2016, September 2016. It's almost been a decade since Persona 5. I had a theory just appear in my mind today, and I don't remember Royal enough to know how plausible it is. Tortured, tormented. Stop, I'm old. Hags are in demand. Do they call them, do worms get called hags when they're old, or are you just worms? How old do worms grow to be? Like a regular old earthworm. Do they get old? Do they make a family? Do worms dream? Can they? Should they? I think they should be allowed to. I'm a worm, so... Oh, right, yeah, you're not an earthworm. You're like a worm. Is that pronounced differently? The H? Does that make you a worm? We have assembled him. My son. You know, I won't lie. His head is kind of... He's kind of flat. It's like they took a hammer to the top of his head and started flattening him. I don't mean like his face like this way. I mean, obviously his face is gonna be flat that way, but I just mean like this. He's like very oval. Pose him cutely? Okay, I mean, he can't really... I want to move his leg. He was just born. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Maybe I shouldn't be such a critic. Hey, Arnold looking ass, dude, totally. Okay, we're gonna put him on his little stand, and his little Pokeball, and we're gonna make it look like he's like tottering or teetering. Oh, isn't that cute? Kawaii desu ne. Yeah, okay. That's not half bad. That looks better. It does look better like this, I think, yeah. You know, I haven't in any way represented on screen what we're drawing or what we're building. Would people like that? So you could see what's next? I could pretty easily go find a little PNG of our next Pokemon, at least. Oh, he's real out of focus. He's just like the ghost. Okay, we have 3 more to pick from. Someone give me the next Pokemon. So, we got Litwick, Charmander, and Salazzle, I think. What's this thing called? Survey says Salandit. You gotta save Litwick for last. He is my beloved. He's very cute. Score Bunny shot dead live on stream. It did look like a... It looked like a... Oh, like a police outline. Salandit? Okay, that sounds like enough for me to go on. Blam. There she is. She looks like a lady to me. Of course, all Pokemon can be all genders, but... And I will also go find Salandit Mega Blocks. I'm gonna go plunder the internet. They're called Mega Constructs? Wait, what the hell? Did Lego trademark blocks? And it's just Mega. What? When did this happen? I have no knowledge of this. I have no knowledge. Okay, I do seem to remember them doing that. I remember hearing about that. All Pokemon can't be all genders. Pokemon not welcome to destroy them. Destroy them. Every last one. I wonder what kind of villain I would be. What kinds of villains are there? There's like the haters. Will you be a PNG for me? A JPEG is close enough. Pokemon has had genderless since the beginning, so 1 and 2 were woke. I think it's known what kind of villain you are. What's that supposed to mean, huh? What kind of villain am I then? I thought I was a perfectly innocent little angel. That's what I thought. Mans. Okay, I'm not having fun anymore. Okay, fair enough. So, Wormy has described when I play Commander. I've been playing Magic the Gathering for like 15 years. Okay, now I've never really been competitive. Like I don't play most 60 card formats. For most of that time, I've been playing Kitchen Table. But when I play Commander with my friends, I kind of have to like, it's sort of Spider-Man hours, you know, or Superman hours, where like, it's not that I'm pulling punches, but I've made decks at a particular power level so that everyone has fun, but they're not as strong as they could be. And I don't normally play as mean as I could be because I just want to have a good time with my friends. But what Wormy is referring to is one particular game where I guess somebody must have pissed me off and I must have muttered aloud the words just, I'm not having fun anymore. And then I just proceeded to obliterate the table. So I guess that's the kind of villain I would be. I'd be the kind of villain that's like a good guy until like I'm jovial, and then you like do something that actually hurts my feelings, and then it's like it's over for you, but not. That wasn't cool of you. I'm about to ruin this man's whole career. Here, so I gotta go find this little picture of this salacious little lizard. Plays with his food. That would be an uncharitable way to describe how I play. Yes, one particular game. I mean, I don't say it that often, I don't think. That's the thing. So, okay, how do you, is it like, and then, how do I crop this bad boy? I want to crop you. I mean, that's good enough, right? We'll just clam that up there. Here, I'm gonna do this, and now the follower goal, it's just gonna say incoming. Like a bomb. I think I'm generally like I'm an easygoing player. I feel like I'm very jovial. I focus a lot on oh, that's a cool card. Let me tell you about its history. Isn't that fun? Wow. I ask people questions about their decks. I'm very conversational because as it turns out in Commander, since it's a 4-player format and it's a casual format, the real game you have to win isn't about what's on the table. No, the real game you have to win is the game in people's hearts. It's like being a politician, seriously. You just have to be the most well-liked person at the table, and as long as you're the most well-liked person at the table, you'll never lose a game, basically. Everyone has a different strategy. My friend Syl, she uses the infamous little bean strategy. Her strategy is like, oh, you wouldn't hurt a little guy? I'm just a little bean. Don't hurt me. That's her strategy. Wormy's strategy is the strategy that is employed by a lot of predator animals in the sort of the sea floor. You know how like some mantas they'll like cover themselves up in sand and just wait until they can snatch something. That's what Wormy's like. Wormy's just silent and it's just like, oh, I'm just playing my little game. She's an ambush predator. They're an ambush predator, exactly. So that's what Wormy's like. Pyro, I love playing with Pyro, but he's a lot more like a bull in a china shop. That's a pretty good way to put it. Pyro is like he's a lot like Gru, if you've ever watched Despicable Me, where he's just like loud, but kind of, for the most part, he's overestimating his abilities. Maybe the real commanders were the friends we made along the way. That's so true. Yeah, that's really all it's about. It's about making friends and crushing everyone you love underfoot. Let's do the first step, I guess, with Salandit. I love Commander a lot, and I think it's just one of those. It's a game format that, unlike other games, allows you to be very expressive, with like playing bad cards just because you like them, and because there's so many players and nobody really cares to win all that fast. You can just enjoy yourself. You can play silly cards and silly decks. One of my favorite decks I've ever seen was somebody came up with this deck idea where every card, the art had to feature a woman. That's not that hard. But specifically, every art had to feature a woman looking to the left of frame. That is such a crazy specific, and so his deck sucked, obviously, because there was no synergy. It was all just ladies looking left tribal, but it was impressive. It goes to show that, you know, not everybody's playing for the same reasons. I like that her mouth opens. Look at this. Oh, it's kind of stuck. Oh, can you see that? Gru did punch a shark, so watch yourself, Finch. He did. He did for his daughters. And because that Vector guy was pretty mean. Wasn't it proven that bulls would remain pretty calm in a china shop? Yeah, was that a Mythbusters? I feel like that was a Mythbusters. So yeah, I think you'd be the kind of whimsical, maniacal villain that entraps people to play silly games or have a tea party. And when victims won't participate, it's evil time, like Willy Wonka. I like that. I like Willy Wonka. It's also like it's like Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like Pegasus wasn't that mean of a guy. He just thought it would be fun to fuck with people. Yugi, you must use this deck. Grandpa, this whole deck is just women with less and less clothing. My grandfather's deck has no Bechdel test. Wait, we could do another take on that. There's got to be a better line. My grandfather's deck has no clothing, Kaiba. The Riddler. Yeah, there we go. I predicted Wormies. My grandfather's deck has no decency, Kaiba. My grandfather's deck has no strategy, Kaiba. Step 2. Oh, wow. Man, I feel like there are so many fucked up blocks that they make. Like, I know that there's like a lot newer blocks, but two-sided flat piece? What planet are we on? There's just no rules anymore. That's totally a strategy. Revealing clothing? Yeah, you're right. The strategy is... I'm hoping all of the blood rushes out of my opponent's brain and into their nether regions. We're on Mega Bloks planet, Clown. They don't need Lego's tyrannical rules. Mega Bloks planet. They don't even need instructions. What the fuck is happening on this? Oh, okay. Step 1, have all 5 Exodia cards. Step 2, profit. My grandfather's deck has no Exodia cards, Kaiba. My grandfather's deck has no sleeves, Kaiba. Okay. And then there's like a flat piece. Look at this. Now, I'll say this. This is a piece of technology that Mega Bloks did not used to have. I'm impressed. You've caught up to 25 years of LEGO technology. I'm sure you're proud. This is also Persona. This is Persona 3. It's called Iwatodai Dorm, I think. I haven't played that game, but Wormy has. Here it's all about death, which is pretty cool, and teenagers, which is less cool, but, you know. You take some, you win some, you lose some. Look at this! Look at this piece! Double-sided with little nubs on the end? What the fuck, man? Lego could never. Lego would never. I actually, sometimes I dream, and my dreams have stuff like little Lego bureaucrats in their little Lego office building, and they're arguing about what pieces they can and cannot approve. Because they're like, no, we can't do that. We can't make a mold of this. My dreams aren't very interesting. Oh, wait, okay, this way? Alright, yeah. My grandfather's deck has no mana curve, Kaiba. These would kill in magic circles. That's my favorite thing to do when a joke doesn't land, is to blame it on the person who's not laughing. That normally gets a laugh. You can back right out of it. I could not imagine doing like an open mic night. I feel like that would be very difficult for me. Most of my humor is like observational. Like something fucked up happens and I say a big word that makes people laugh. But like actually planning out. My grandfather's deck has no cards, Kaiba. I like that. You know, there are some cards in Magic that'll win you the game for doing that. Having no cards in your deck. But yeah, I can't imagine the process that you have to go through to, like, write a Type 5 and go and perform it. That sounds hard. Like, how do people... Like, it almost feels like being funny on command. Has anybody ever asked you to do that? Just be funny on command? You, make a joke. It's like, how? And then suddenly, like, you gain a lot of respect for the jester. The court jester? Huh. My man had to do that in front of a king. Yes, from you? I've asked you to do that before. I pointed at you and go, Pyro. You? No, really? I've asked you to do that? Make merry for me. Do it or I'll kick you out of this moving vehicle. Oh, I like this little algae she's got on her tuchus. I guess I'm just like a comedy... I'm like a comedy dictator. If you had to do one, what would you do it about? Like if I don't know how they're managing to force you, but someone's forcing you to go on and make a comedy set, a Type 5. What are you joking about up there? I honestly don't even know how I would answer this question. Have I gotten it right? I do, yeah. I'll say this. I'm glad that there are no stickers on here. I'm joking about the people forcing me to be up there. So when we like put you on the end of a pike and we're like, go Pyro, go, make us proud, make jokes. You're like, that's Finch, that's Wormy. I'm gonna tell jokes about them now. And then what? Wow, this is a fucked up piece too. It's like a little bike. It's like a little... It's like the handlebars of a bike. I know that sounds like an insane thing to say. Look at it. It's like a little bike. Fantastic. What is this on her? Like, is this like, does she have like a little... Is this like a stand for her head because her head's so big? Ooh, Balatro. Oh, I miss Balatro. Now I don't have to go play it more, but... enough to say it aloud. That might be one of the best games literally ever. Period. Capiche. If you could only spend $20 on a video game for the rest of your life, those would be a very well spent $20. I remember when my friend Sil got a Steam Deck and started playing Balatro everywhere. It was like we went on a handful of road trips, and it was like bringing your like 8-year-old little sister, because she would stop engaging in conversation and would just start playing Balatro. And like she'd be silent in the back of the car for so long. We'd be like, "You doing good back there, champ? Like, what's up?" And she'd be like, "I'm doing good, Balatro." It's like, okay, at least you're alive. Maybe we'll play that on stream after this. Okay. Front legs. I actually don't even know if these are front legs. These are probably back legs. Another one. Sometimes I wonder, because I do have like a brain with near... It's like a scary amount of memory I have up there, specifically for Magic the Gathering cards. And it makes me wonder if I could use that and like get really good at poker or something. I've thought about it once or twice. You know, get good, go to the casinos, become a card shark, make $1 billion. Ah. But it also doesn't, I don't know, it seems very stressful too. And it's like, if I'm gonna make $1 billion playing cards, it'd be a crime if I didn't use just regular old Magic the Gathering cards to do that. But I would also never want to do that for Magic either. I've been thinking about Ra's al Ghul lately. Do you guys know who Ra's al Ghul is? That guy's name is so fucking crazy. I feel like it's so awesome. All parts of it. I've been thinking about Ra's al Ghul lately because I was joking around with a friend of mine. I was asking them, because they do improv comedy, and I was asking them how they prepare. And like I was just like, how do you do it, you know? And the guy was like, "Oh, I just train a lot." And I was like, "What?" Before I could like control myself, I reply, "Oh, I see. You've been training under the greats." And he goes, "Yeah, the greats." And I'm like, "Ra's al Ghul." And he goes, "Yeah." If you're unfamiliar, Ra's al Ghul is a villain from Batman. And in some realities, he trains Batman in the arts of being a ninja. He's also an immortal dude. So I've been thinking about him lately because of that joke. I feel like he's such a badass villain. Most of the time... Oh, well, I put this foot right just on the wrong... Well, that's not how the foot should go. Look at this. Oh, I gotta turn the paws around. This is Nominee. No, it's not Nominee. It's Kyrie. No. It's Friends in My Heart. That's what it's called. Final answer. It's from a Kingdom Hearts. I don't remember which one. It might have been first in Kingdom Hearts 1 or Chain of Memories. Come on. Which we recently did on stream. Well, re-Chain of Memories anyway. That game was a stinker, man. I guess I'm still glad that Wormy forced me to play it, but I shouldn't say forced. Wormy convinced me to play it, and I'm still glad that we did. Dude, please? Come on. Just once? For me? Oh, no. No! Maybe if I just hit it over and over again with Oblivion. You think we're getting anywhere? I didn't think so either. Okay. There's not even... No, there's no studs on there. I'm like trying to like use a stud to kind of bend this out of place. Ugh. Where did they make these mega blocks, man? The fires of Hades? The flames of Tartarus? Earlier today, I was talking to someone that was trying to convince me that there is any existence worse than a Grecian afterlife. And I was taken aback. I feel like that's gotta be the worst way to be, is just eternally tormented. Fuck. Okay, I have one last resort. Come on. Wow, that's in there. You know what? I guess my other last resort is to just be okay. That's fine. Sometimes life is pain. At least I'm not the Salazzle. Okay. They're coming together. It's not a Salazzle, it's a Salandit. And then... where do these little details go? Did I just completely miss where these go? There's lots of these little red pieces. What? Okay. I guess we just have a bunch of extra little red pieces? Is it on the other side? Oh, they need to give you other little red pieces, otherwise you can't assemble Salandit onto a normal-ass Pokeball, because their body's so fucked up and weird. Here we go. Assemble tail. I've always thought... I feel like I've always thought that heroes, like superheroes with tails, are such freaks. Like Nightcrawler, like the X-Man. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Nightcrawler. It's not fair to him in the slightest. But, you know, it's just how it goes. Okay, so because of these pieces being red, so we finished... You have wings, freak. Wings are okay. Tails, I feel like tail is weird. Imagine, like, what if somebody like wrapped their tail around your leg? Tell me that doesn't feel weird. Like, they've got muscle under there. I mean, wings have muscle too, but actually, maybe I am just judgmental. I don't know. We finished her. Ta-da! Oh, these must be her ears. Does she have ears? I guess I should probably look up an actual Salandit, huh? Oh. Is it meant to also be kind of like a bandit? Is that the thing? Relax. It's like it's got like a little bag on its head. It's got a ski mask. Salandit's a bandit. Oh. They're like tendrils, kinda. They look like a bandana. Yeah, yeah. I think they don't totally make a ton of sense on the Lego, but, you know. It's not a Lego anyway. Okay, so you gotta do, like, one here. And then, one over here, and then here. And then she attaches by one little foot. Just like so. Bum! Oh. This is a pretty cute little guy. I won't lie. Here, we'll put you up here. Oh, that's not bad. I mean, she kind of blends in pretty much quite a lot, but I guess the quick ball seems fitting for Score Bunny, and we'll put him up. Oh. Oh, that's adorable. Okay. 2 left. Litwick we're leaving for last, so I suppose we're doing Charmander now. Blam. Let's go look that up, too. Charmander. Yeah, Ma, I got a Charmander. No, you can't eat him, Ma. I know times are tough. You can't eat a Pokemon, Ma. The Geneva Convention. Ever since we used these little critters in war, there's so many rules. Here we go. They call him a micro action figure. Oh. Wow, this is kind of a neat little trick they do. They have like little base plates for their faces. So there's like 3 different Charmanders you can get in different sets. Oh, he's so small. Look at him. Here, we'll make you bigger. I don't know, right there, I guess. Sure. I think that's... Maybe I could put some text up there too, huh? How have I done text down here before? Ah, here we go, text. Label. Charmander. Wait, okay, most people are gonna know that's Charmander. Current build. Completely useless. Charmander, you know, from the Pokemon. That's him. Oh, and graphic design is my passion. Oh, that's a little small. That's good enough. Good job. Okay. I think I have an unwarranted distaste for Charmander. It's not his fault. But I don't really like Charmander. I don't really like why am I trying to open this more as if I need it to be like destroyed completely? Charmander has the unfortunate status of being one of the most popular Pokemon of all time, along with Charizard, and I feel like it's undeserved. I don't like him that much. I'm sick of seeing him. Fuck Charmander, I said it. And it's not really his fault, you know? I feel like he's a totally fine Pokemon, but if I just didn't have to see him as much as I do, I'd like him more. But since I do, fuck him. Fuck him in the horse you rode on. One of these has a little Charmander face on it. Is it this one? He's winking. Oh, that's adorable. I'll give you that, you little cretin. Here we go. I think the neatest thing about the Legos, though, was always the little features. Most of them had play features. So, like, you build them, and I guess you could take them apart and build them over again. Or you could, like, actually play around with their little make-believe features, which was pretty neat. I remember some of my favorites. I had this, like... Oh, right when, like, the Spider-Man movie came out, I think it might have been for the first one. They made this Lego set that was about the Spider-Man movie. But for some reason, they decided to make it about the movie instead of like, in-universe? Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Does that make sense? This was like the first crossover they ever had with Spider-Man. And heroes, I think, in general, like superheroes. Here we go. I guess because it wasn't really like a... Oh, well, that's kind of small, isn't it? But now we have the name. LEGO Studios Spider-Man. Sure. So, it wasn't like... I guess it was a Spider-Man tie-in, but the idea was like... It was like a movie set is what you got. And so this isn't Spider-Man, but I guess it's technically Tobey Maguire? Hey, Stickman, how's it going? I don't remember seeing this magic card. Yeah, we haven't gotten the Lego crossover with Magic the Gathering quite yet. So, but this set was one of the first sets I remember getting from Lego. And there was another one I got that had the Green Goblin on it, but it was similar. It was like, it's not really Spider-Man. It's like a movie set that they're playing they're recording the Spider-Man movie on. What a fun legal loophole. I wonder, maybe that's what it was. Maybe this is like, oh, we're not making a Spider-Man Lego set. It's a movie Lego set. Duh. And it just features somebody who looks a lot like Spider-Man. They haven't really pulled anything like that since. By the way, $400 for that Lego right now. I was thinking about it when I saw it on the eBay. I was like, oh, I wonder if it's anywhere near a reasonable price. And no. The answer is no. No. Not in a gajillion years. This was pretty easy to assemble. Are these angel hands? They are. Be careful not to look too close. It's like the sun. You gotta wear protective gear. Thankfully, it's also coming to you through a camera and then through the internet, so like all of my divine power is sufficiently diluted. You should be okay. My eyes! It's tough being an angel. Nobody ever looks you in the eye. Has anybody been seeing Has Been Hotel? I watched the first 2 episodes last week, and then earlier today, I watched the most recent 2 episodes with Pyro. I don't want to sour any opinions. I want to give everyone else the chance to be disappointed like I was. Oh, he's so cute. I can't hate you, you little bugger. You're adorable. Without me? It was a very impromptu thing, yeah. Sorry, Stickman. It was just like I have an hour, you have an hour. I also thought that you'd already seen it. Maybe I'm crazy. But yes, I'm just hoping I'm in a group chat. And I'm in that group chat, and I want to be able to talk about this silly little show. I think it's fun to watch a show just to talk to people about it. I feel like that's where I'm at with this show. Personally. You've been dreading watching it. Oh no! Oh no! You'll watch tonight after stream? Okay, well. Unfortunately, I'm not available after stream, but that means we can talk like an hour after stream. Then I'll be available. Look at him. Okay, all the builds so far, he feels like the most little and solid. I think they lost the magic. Yeah, I feel like... I don't know how to describe it. It's like... I'm searching for the words. Do they have a plan? I could talk about Has Been without ever watching it because I'm like a Jesuit priest. Oh, are they allowing worms into the clergy now? That's nice. I think he deserves a little premier ball. I can't believe how much I turned around and liked him. Look at him. He's adorable. He does look like my little... I mean, he looks like a toddler. I'll pose him like he's posed in the little... Pope Francis was very progressive. Letting worms in. I thought you were like a cult leader, too. That seems concerning. What do I know, though? I'm not running this thing. Oh! Char. He's adorable. Here, I'll put him, like, I don't know. I don't know where to put him. Yeah, he really turned out. I can't believe I was shitting on him so much at the beginning. I feel like I should apologize to you. The magic is in the posing, totally. And I feel like that's unfortunately a downside of Solanda. Like, you kind of, like, if you could sort of see it here, you could kind of, I don't know. I like the curved up tail, at least. It's not as good as beloved Score Bunny. It feels like our ranking, we can rank them afterwards, but this guy turned out. Can you open the Solandit's mouth? Okay. Now we're cooking, Wormy. We can. This This thing will never know what the sky looks like. Can you believe that? It can't look up. Somebody, quick, write a really sad little comic about a Pokemon trainer explaining to their Salandit what the stars look like. Love the luxury ball. Is this a luxury ball? I thought, is this a luxury ball? Which is the luxury ball? I thought this was premier and this is luxury. With an expo knife, anything can open. Oh, you mean the mouth? Nah, thankfully they thought of that. And now the best for last, the moment we've all been waiting for. Of all the Pokemon here, this is the one that's most likely to actually make it onto my... Black is luxury, the white is premier. Okay, cool. Of all the Pokemon we've opened so far, this is the one that's the most likely to end up on my actual shelf. Because I do have a little ghost Pokemon shelf, it's all purple. And he will find a home there, I think. Right next to the shelf. It's Litwick. How's your day been, Stickman? What's something that made you smile today? I got to show this off on stream, so I'm smiling. This little bad boy, this little Keyblade of mine, and it opened the most important lock, which is this one. Okay, Litwick. You know, I kind of like Litwick better with his tongue in, but that's okay. This little blade of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. My cats were very cute and cuddling today. That's a win. That's such a good win. Oh, kitties. I love them so much. Yo, that gets my life going. Oh, like the freaking... This guy? It's pretty sick. This person makes a lot of keychains like this that are bottle openers. Why you love sticking your tongue out? Why can't Litwick? I do love sticking my tongue out. In fact, the next model I get, I'm gonna ask for them to let me go bleh, because I want to. I do it all the time. Hey Noct, how's it going? So this person though, I wish I had their name. I could probably look them up, in fact. I'm willing to. Let's spend some time trying to find it. This person goes to cons and they make like cast metal. They're all bottle openers, but if they're of different like anime and video game character weapons, and they turn them into keychains. Let's see if we can find them. Was it maybe Geek Thirst? It's possible. Yes, I think it was them. Yes, it's definitely them. So they go to cons and stuff. All of their stuff is like crazy high quality. I have come close to getting their there it is. The memories. I've come close to getting their, honestly, their Sailor Moon ones. Here's the other one. Yes, I thought about getting both of these. Oblivion to match, sorry, Oathkeeper to match Oblivion, but it's a little too shiny. I don't really like it. It's going. How about you? I'm doing well. What's something that made you smile today? We're being very positive. I'm just building. I'm building Legos. I'm building Pokemon Legos. We're on to our last one, but before we move on, I want to, I guess, drop some love for this place. I also want to look at, yes, this is the one that's always sold out because it's such a clever design. Honestly, unfortunately, none of them are as clever as that one, and I'll show you why. Oh, look, they even got the Klingon, what is it called, like a batleth or something? I think Wormy would know. Such a cool niche. Looking at animal pictures made you smile. That's awesome. Hell yeah. What kind of animal was it? So this is the, I guess this isn't Sailor Moon. Maybe this isn't the one I'm thinking of. Is this Sailor Moon's wand? I'm a fake fan. I gotta watch Sailor Moon at some point. Oh, I mean the wand. I don't think that's Sailor Moon's wand. That's just kind of a magical world. A magical girl wand. Well, nonetheless, this is a pretty cool one. And I think there is one that's meant to be Sailor Moon's. So the neat thing about it is that it's got this little heart gem in the center. Maybe it's Cardcaptor Sakura, to be honest. Does she have a wand, or does she only have cards? Yeah, I was also... Yes, I was thinking Cardcaptor Sakura. Yeah, it's probably closer to hers, but it's still not exactly... Not exactly right, because it should be a star in there. Anyway. The cool thing is that you can pop this gem out, and then it becomes a bottle opener. So it's like, I don't know, it's got a whole extra little dimension to it. And then, of course, there is Aang. That's kind of neat. I have never seen this one out in the world. I like the nation symbols. Anyway, Geek Thirst. Not a sponsor, just a cool... Oh, see, they do have her wand. But this one doesn't have like the fun little functionality of the other one. Anyway. You saw doggos. Nice! I like a cute dog. I like a well-trained dog. I feel like that's not something that people normally compliment about a dog, which might say what I... It might say a lot about my relationship with dogs in the past, I suppose. It's not hers, it's a bird. Okay, we're gonna grab this thing, and then this thing. And we're gonna start assembling Litwick. Here, I guess I'll put the instructions on screen. Here we go. Yeah, I had a good day. What's something else that made me smile today? I got to eat leftovers. I got to eat leftover katsu curry and rice, and I didn't have to cook all day. And I have a bunch of brownie leftovers in my home that I'm gonna give to a friend tomorrow. I'm so excited about that. My friend brought me a bunch of baked goods, and oh whoops, and she brought me them in a Pyrex like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, and I've been waiting to give it back to her until like I needed to. I couldn't give it back until I had something to give her, you know, in the Pyrex. And now that I've made some brownies, I'm very excited to give them back. I also went grocery shopping yesterday. I went grocery shopping while hungry, which is that's not always a well-calculated move, but that means that my home is full of snacks. Because I got way more snacks than I normally do. On account of the hungry. You're making food right now? That's awesome. Tell us about your cooking. What are you cooking? Is this your first time cooking this meal, or is it like your billionth? It was like my billionth time making katsu curry. And in fact, Wormy was helping out. Wormy basically made the whole curry on their own, which is awesome because I'm a little bit of a tyrant in the kitchen. I like control. Chaos control. So, you know, I guess you could be uncharitable. Is it your first time trying food? You could be uncharitable and say that I like control, or you could be positive and say the way I like to show my affection for other people is to cook them food and not make them do a lot of stuff. I guess it's probably because this is how my mom, like Angel Mama, treated me in the kitchen. She would let me cook, but it was mostly like, okay, chop this stuff for me, shred this stuff for me, beat that egg, you know, very basic stuff. I was never in charge of like a whole dish. I like to be I like to be a tyrant in a lot of places. But this was the first time I feel like I was just so frazzled and I had a ton of stuff to do while cooking, and Wormy like just completely did the whole curry on their own. And I don't know. I was very happy that they did because I was like, awesome. I can like chop strawberries and put away my groceries. You're making cheesy oven baked potatoes. Hell yeah you are. I hope you're making enough to share. I love roast potatoes. Roast potatoes are awesome. They're just delicious, and they're very versatile. I feel like they can be a meal if you believe in it. You literally had that for dinner? Let's go! Everybody likes roast potatoes. What kind of cheese are you doing? Are you doing like a... I think I normally do like shredded cheddar. Potatoes are elite. They seriously are. Like they're a relatively good carb for you. High in fiber, yep. As far as carbohydrates go, you could do a lot worse. And I mean, obviously they shouldn't be like the... I don't know. That's beside the point. I'm not out here giving... I'm not gonna give food advice. I'm just saying they're good food. Cheddar, nice. I really like cheddar cheese. My favorite kind of cheese is queso fresco. Yeah, Spanish white cheese. Whoa, crumbly and salty. I could have that just like on its own. I like it on toast or arepas. Fuck yeah, man. Okay, we've got his little body. He looks like a little penguin. Well, maybe a spaceship. Wait, doesn't this like, it looks like the spaceship that Stitch takes, except kind of white instead of red. Right? Stitch. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, kinda, right? Sorta? If you squint? If you use your imagination, everything can be anything. Okay, so we're gonna put his little tongue here. I guess it's pretty funny to look at that. He looks like one of those haunted Undertale characters that people make game theory videos about. When will he show up next? What is his motivation? Oh, I totally fucked up. This is not the current build anymore. Oh well, it's okay. I'm sure you've probably caught on by now if you've stuck around that long. Litwick's little body. He looks bald. Look at him. Oh no, they shaved him. And then his little... What the heck? This is like a big rubber piece. It's not like plastic. You gotta like stretch it over his big head. You could give him different haircuts, I guess, by rotating it around. It's like a whack-ass haircut, Litwick. But I'm sure you're supposed to do it this way, so it looks like it's covering up his other eye. Even though it doesn't really. Oh, it's all dinged up. Wait, can you see that? Look at that. Fucking... Okay, here, come on. Focus for me. Come on. Unless? Come on. Oh well. Maybe down here you can see it. It's like a ding in there already. What a bummer. Anyway. It's a little uncentered. There we go. Oh, he's adorable. I'm missing a piece. Well, was I supposed to put a piece on top of his head? I'm missing a piece somewhere. Or rather, I have an extra piece. Come on. Ah, there it is. There we go. Nice. Oh, he's very cute. Okay. You do need to use this piece somehow. He's supposed to come with the quick ball, I guess. That's funny. So... Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I like him better with the dark Pokemon. Dark Ball. What's your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Miss Magius. I really like dark, ghost-type Pokemon. And spooky Pokemon. If it weren't for Miss Magius, I'd probably say Bayonet. Metagross is up there, too. I'm Gen 3 pilled. Although I know Miss Magius is Gen 4. How about you? What's your favorite Pokemon? What's everybody's favorite Pokemon in chat? I'll pretend I don't know what Wormy and Pyros are. Ghost and Dark types? Heck yeah. Here, we showed him off a little late earlier. I think this is the one. I've got some decks here. Yeah. Ba-bum. Gengar and Haunter and Haunter. And Gengar and Houndour. And Ghastly. And other Ghastly. What's Pokemon? How would you explain Pokemon to like a... Like if George Washington showed up. How do you explain Pokemon? Like, they're like little fictional creatures with elements. If only there was a funny creature that was made of knives. Yes. Could it maybe be, Pawnyard? Your favorite is Gengar and Tyranitar? Based. Very based choices. Gengar is so good, so is Tyranitar. That's why they have megas. Mythical creatures that fight each other? Like Typhon. Okay, well, I guess we have our little lineup, by the way. Litwick is almost invisible. Okay. If you asked me to pick my favorite Pokemon here, I would choose Scorbunny. Just like generally, like my favorite Pokemon. If you asked me to pick my favorite little toy, I would actually probably say somehow Charmander has managed to win it. Because of his little, like, he's got so much style, so much pizzazz. Look at him. That's a lot of personality he's bringing to the table. I'm impressed by him. Litwick, on the other hand, I mean, it's a typical body to do much anything expressive with. He's just a little orb. You love Sableye, Mew, and the Piplup line. Ooh, round guys. I mean, I love Sableye. He's like a creepy little guy. I'm trying to think of what's like in common with them, and they're all kind of round. That's really about it. I think if I were to like rate these in terms of how satisfied I am with them, surprisingly, I think it might be something like left to right. Honestly, Litwick, you're adorable, but like you're not great for a piece of like a Lego building thing because you're so round. But this Charmander, I'm impressed by, and so by this Scorbunny. Salandit was pretty cool too. Cool enough to just beat the pure cute factor of this little bastard. Okay, well, we're done building Pokemon. I have a handful of options for things we can do. Although I'm not sure if I'm... I make it sound like I'm making it a choice, but I might just choose to do one and then the other. I was thinking, since we're already crafting, and we've already got the hand camera out, we could continue this. It's a cross stitch. Here, I'll, be gone from me, Cretan. I like the idea of naming a Pokemon Cretan. I guess you can't really call this a current build. What would you call this? A current stitch? Current project. Is that big enough? Do you guys want that to be larger? I don't know. I don't really watch, like, crafting streams myself. I'm new at this whole thing. I feel like this is enough to get the idea. It's yes, so I've worked on this some off stream, and in fact, so I basically all of this blue is new. This was not here before, but depressingly, I finished up all these 9s that you can see here on stream last time, and well, they were all shifted one column over to the right, and it was awful. So I spent roughly 45 minutes with a stitch threader or a stitch terror, a thread terror. I don't remember what they're called. And I just tore them all out and redid them off stream, and then did some blue. I figured there's probably not too many surprises with this. I doubt anyone's upset about missing some story beats here. Let's see here. Cross stitch and a little murderer. That's definitely what Tonberries are. Let's add that to his label. That way people can know what he's named. I'll just format it the old-fashioned way. Maybe I can put him over here. That feels okay. I mean, sometimes he might... Oh, no. I think that's okay. But now this little space up there feels kind of empty, don't you think? What can we put up there? Hey, M-Aim. We finished up the Lego Pokemon. Here, I'll show him to you. Although I know you don't super like him. I'll show you the best one. Look at him. Isn't he adorable? He's like, yeah, I'm cute. I know it. He's got his little tail. Anyway, we're doing a cross-stitch now, though, of the Townberry. If you've never done cross-stitch before, it is a very chill, very fun little activity. Great for long car rides, especially if you're not driving. Also good for airplane rides, especially if you're not piloting. Even better if you are. But it's basically like, it's a lot like pixel art, actually. Can I do lurk again? Yeah, you're welcome to. By all means. You can re-lurk, unlurk, lurk again. The shadows exist for you, and no one else. So we're gonna keep doing some blue, and we're just gonna chat while we do this. Maybe about Final Fantasy. But yes, for the uninitiated, cross stitch is really like such an easy craft to do as a beginner. Especially because you can take any existing pixel art from a video game, or, I mean, most of the time it's from video games, right? From a video game, and translate it into a design like this very, very easily. And if you can't find a pixel art that you want to use, or you can just go into a video game, pull up the files, do it yourself. And then you also end up with lots of little gifts for your friends. You don't need much, too. Just thread, fabric, this little loop, needle, and a design. And skizzers. My beloved skizzers. We've also got... I guess we'll put Iris on here, too. She's doing us a favor and holding all of our... Oh, my wings are in your way. Sorry, Iris. She's holding up all of our needles and pins. And I find her torment deeply funny. So, we've gone ahead and tied a knot in there. I guess I'll just walk through the basics again, in case anybody doesn't know. But I tied a knot in our thread. Our thread is 6 individual little strings. But we've separated them out into 2 sets of 3, so this is just 3 little strings. Here, maybe you can even see it on camera. If I like really splay them out. Nah, you're not gonna be able to see that, not unless it focuses. But anyway, you'll have to trust me. It is 3. We tie a knot on the end. It's actually like 3 or 4 knots, and then the hardest part so far, we're gonna have to thread a needle. Hopefully, it doesn't take us a billion years like last time. Come on. I have to just bring it up to my face. I'm not going to be able to do them at a distance. I'm not a sniper. Here we go. Oh, I love this song so much. It's called Lazy Afternoons. It's from Kingdom Hearts 2. I associate it... Look at that. Oh, we didn't get it on stream, did we? But we got that pretty quick. I associate it a lot with, I don't know, nostalgia. Hang out with friends. It's a very cute theme. Very laid back, but also kind of sad. So we're going to pick it right back up from here. So we have to fill up this whole thing with blue. I think my strategy has basically been to just do as much uninterrupted as possible, and then we'll go back and fill in these little sections that we couldn't do without cutting the string. Just because I like to cut the string as little as possible. I'm lazy. And normally, at least when it comes to crafting, being lazy also stops you from using a lot of material. So it's a good instinct sometimes to be lazy. Here we go. Yeah, this little bastard is awesome. Tonberry. In the Final Fantasy games, and the reason, so what we've got here, what we're doing right now, is the damage indicator. In most Final Fantasy games, when something takes damage, there is a little notifier above their head that tells you how much damage they took. 99,999 is the damage cap of most of these games. I think maybe Final Fantasy VII had a damage cap of 9,999, which would be a tenth of this. I want to go look that up. I'll be scandalized if that's the case, because then that means that, oh, they got a number wrong here on this design. Damage cap of Final Fantasies original. Yeah, the damage cap is 9,999. I count one extra 9. What about the damage cap of, like, maybe Final Fantasy X? Oh. Well, in 10, the damage cap is 9,999, but you can limit break it, or what's it called? You can break the damage limit and make it 10 times as much. So I guess maybe that's the reference. It's like overkill damage, that's what it is. Okay, fine. I'll stop nitpicking. Anyway, so that's what this is. It's a damage indicator. And the funny thing about Tonberry is that, I mean, look at him. Does this thing look threatening to you? Is there anything threatening about his little green round body? His beady little yellow eyes? I mean, he does have a knife, I guess, but like, this thing doesn't even have the fingers to hold it. I'm not intimidated. But that's what they rely on. They're very slow. They actually can't do attacks most turns. But the one turn they get to attack, if you have not cast like a protect spell, they will like insta-kill you. They will insta-kill you. They'll deal 9,999 damage. They're one of the more annoying enemies in most Final Fantasy games for that reason. I think the most annoying is probably Malboro. Malboro makes you like confused. He puts like every single status effect on you with a single attack called Bad Breath. And that can be enough on an unprepared party to just die automatically, because if your whole team is confused, it's not like Pokemon where there's like a decent chance to still make your move. If you're confused, you don't get to act with that character. You have to wait until they break out of confusion. And then on top of that, like, he has a ton of other status effects like the poison and the sleep, and you can beat all of them at once, which means like the Malboro can just with one singular move make you run home crying. But I think the Tonberry makes a good second. And of course, he's just adorable. Anything round. He reminds me too of like, if you've seen that meme of like Kirby with a knife. It's a lot like this, I think, in terms of vibes. I think the nicest thing about cross stitch is the gift of it all. It makes a good display. It makes good keychains. Something for a shadow box, or just to hang up on the wall. But I think that's almost like the last or the least important part of your experience with it. It's the like chill, just zen stitching. That is the best part of the experience with the cross stitch. It makes me think I should make more small ones and give them out at cons, just as an excuse to keep making them. And I mean, this is a gift that if you get at a con, you're like flabbergasted, in my opinion. I remember I have a little handmade bead star keychain that someone gave me because it was blue. And since I was dressed as Gura, they wanted to give it to me. And Gura is blue and all. That's a memory I won't ever forget, I don't think. Just because somebody spent so much time to make it, you know? Here we go. All the way through. Yeah, the funniest thing too is when I cross-stitch normally, I'm normally like doing something else. Like I'm listening to a podcast, watching a movie that I've already seen before. Something that doesn't need my eyeballs too closely. But I'm normally doing something else. So I have no earthly idea really how long it takes to make cross-stitch. But doing it on stream like this does make me feel like there's a little bit of a timer. Because it can check the time and go, oh, we got an hour left on stream. And then I'm like, wait a second, we've been cross-stitching for how long? And we've only gotten this much done? And then you realize, oh my god, these things take a long time. It's exponential too, right? Quadratic. The amount of time they take. So like if you've got one that takes twice the area, it takes a lot longer time. Let's do it right there. Okay, come on. There we go. I think that the white thread was a little thicker than this blue one has been, which has made it easier to work with the blue thread. Let's see. We might keep going till the end of the hour, but we might also change what we're gonna do. I've been thinking about playing some Doom before the end of the day, or end of our stream here. Mostly just to get one mission in there and see if we can't get closer to the end. But I think that decision has got to come soon, because we've only got 5 minutes till the last hour of stream. I should be streaming tomorrow as well. That's not on our schedule, but I got invited to stream tomorrow night. Actually by a fan of the channel and now a co-collaborator, Eric. He's also doing his own streaming. I think we're going to be doing Power Washing Simulator. Very excited to do that. I love Power Washing Simulator. It's so chill. If you've never played, it's just like crazy zen, laid back, just... I've liked it so much that I've talked to Wormy about borrowing... what should we call Wormy's mom? Worm Mama? Wormy's mom's power washing machine just to do it in real life. It's that level for me. Just like power washing that much. There you go. It's funny to get new projects for this too, because I have a ton of started projects I could also go finish. Want to power wash my house? Maybe a little. I think that'd be kind of cool. Have you ever wanted an angel to do that? How much do you think you should pay me, if anything? It is an angel after all. What are you up to, Stickman? Playing a game? Watching something? Are you cooking? I can pay in fudge. Ooh, okay. Axe actually worth more than its weight in gold in heaven, if you could believe it. Building Warhammer figures. Nice. That's the kind of evening it is. I feel like it's a crafting evening, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll change over to Doom or not. I feel like really the only thing that makes me want to stop is like running out of things to talk about, because it is so... This is like really chill. It's not funny, you know? I'm not cracking wise. But I don't, it doesn't need to be funny. What faction of Warhammer goons are you making? Whoops. It'd be nice if we got to another color tonight. That'd be a cool goal. Space Marines, of course. They are very cool. I feel like the lore of that world is actually really rad. Don't know if anybody's spent time in chat reading it, besides, of course, Stickman, but they just come up with like some crazy ideas in terms of worlds. It's been around for a long time, so they've had a long time to make some insane stuff, which is all pretty cool to see. I remember there was some sort of world where like there was like this like group of people that lived in a bunch of sewers, but they were sewers of an ancient planet civilization. And the sewers, over time, they had collected all of the like grease and fats and lipids that had like gone into the sewers. And so there was like this massive, I mean, it's almost like a huge tree. Like imagine Yggdrasil, but it's made out of like pure bacon fat. That's what they describe. And people carve out homes in it, and they live in it and they eat it. And it's kind of gross, but it is also fascinating. It's like, who came up with this? Who what twisted mind? And it also feels like a very different kind of twisted than the rest of what the lore is doing in that game. Most of these other ones are like, isn't it fucked up and edgy and cool? And this is like, isn't it fucked up and gross? Like, just grody, dude. Everybody's eating sewer lipids. And also, the way it's described is as being one of the most delicious scents in the known galaxy or some shit. Like, it's supposed to actually taste incredible because it's like condensed fats from a millennia of food and fried food. It's like if you took all of the fryers and on all of Earth and put them all together, and somehow, instead of it being hideous, it's delicious. Have you guys ever worked with a fryer? Those are dangerous. I once had a gig serving up bubble tea, and the place also served like popcorn chicken and gyoza and deep fried stuff, along with like potato wedges. And so I had to man a fryer. Deep fried bubble tea. You just wait, they'll bring that to the Minnesota State Fair next year. They'll find a way. Maybe they deep fry the boba. I think they could do it. So, yeah, I had to man a deep fryer, and you never feel... Let me tell you, as somebody working at a relatively low volume establishment, you never feel more powerful than being responsible for a deep fryer and a freezer full of fried food. Because, like, at the drop of a hat, it's like 11 o'clock at night. There's nobody in this bubble tea shop. At the drop of a hat, you could be like, I desire popcorn chicken. And like you could just want that, like an aristocrat. And like a wizard, you go in the back, open up a bag, throw them into the fryer, and within minutes, you have your own fried food. And you've paid $0.00 because that's one of the perks of the job, is not paying for bubble tea or for food. And then, I mean, like, you thought that fresh fried food tastes good? How about fresh fried food for $0.00? Now that is a good meal. Don't do it more than once, though. Like, ever, to be honest. No wonder they went out of business. I wasn't helping them out. You know, the other trick I heard about was, it was mostly some delinquent college students working that place. Not me, of course. I'm a perfect little angel, so I was not doing any sort of delinquency, but a lot of folks would get bubble tea there, while they're on the job, and then they would pour vodka in it. And they'd just do the gig while drifting, man. And it wasn't really that hard of a job, which is the part of it that makes it funny. It's like... I guess maybe that's also what allows you to get away with it, is the fact that it's easy. Like, you don't want to hear your surgeon going, oh, my job is so hard, it makes me drink on the job. That'd be pretty alarming. If I could pick between my surgeon and my McDonald's server being drunk off their ass, I guess I know who I'm picking. Oh. It is the 2-hour mark. It's time to decide. Do we keep crafting, or do we hop to doom? I don't know. I really don't know. I think we'll just keep crafting. It's kind of chill. It's kind of fun. It's a good vibe. I think at this rate, we'll actually probably be able to finish the little damage indicator. And I would say... I don't know where we go from there. Let's take a look at the design. So, I normally actually like to work... I like to work in areas and chunks, but I also like to work in colors. So, there is more white we could go finish, but it's so far away that it sounds like a pain in the ass to go count this all out, so I won't do it. There's no other blue on the design either. So, I think the next logical color is probably this deep green. And we'll start from here, do most of his head, wrap up the details on his head, and then there will be a couple of corners where he's got like some fancy darker green. Once we've got the head done, I don't know, maybe brown. We're getting ahead of ourselves though. We have plenty to stitch. Right here. There we go. Ah. I'm very excited for tomorrow. As has been tradition now for about a month, I have a video that's going to drop tomorrow at noon EST. If that video I edited, I want to say last weekend. So I've been waiting like a whole week to see this get reactions. And it's from a stream we had before Halloween, where I was playing TF2 with a bunch of friends, including Stickman, who is in chat. And Stickman was using this incredible voice changer that made him sound exactly like Optimus Prime. And I don't know. I feel like this might be the funniest thing I've ever edited. And Stickman sure made it easy because he was so fucking funny. Like, the whole video is basically just an excuse to get people to listen to the audio he's made. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what people think of it. I feel like I'm always just making this stuff to make people laugh, and this one made me laugh a lot, you know? So I'm looking forward to seeing what people think of that. Before the night's out, though, I think I will decide. I'm gonna be seeing Angel Mama and Angel Papa soon, along with Tenchi Bro. So we've got to like come up with a schedule for when we see each other next. So I'm gonna be spending some time doing that, and then after that, I will have some time, probably an hour, maybe 2, to work on whatever I feel like. So I'm thinking I work on another video or 2, and then I'm gonna work on the next emote. We've already got 1 done. I told myself I'd like at least 2 emotes made by hand before we launch all the emotes. I don't have any other emotes at the moment either. I was thinking maybe I could make all of them by myself, but it's taken a long time for me to find the free time to make them. So Might work on one more, and then I might ask, I don't know, commission someone for the rest of the emotes. I know I've asked Wormy to make some too, but I think we'll have like a Wormy emote update at some point. But yeah, once those are done, then we're going to go ahead and launch subscriptions, which is going to be crazy. I'm sort of morally opposed, to be honest. I've been torn up about it. Because a lot of my favorite artists, they try to offer things for free or close to free. They don't really like to let big corporations get in the way of what they make creatively. And they make a lot of effort to do their living and their creativity off of just donations in order to maintain an amount of integrity. Not every artist I like does this. In fact, most of them probably don't, but some of them that I look up to seriously do. And so, I don't love the idea of running ads for that reason. That, and also, like, right now, there's no advertisements. You can tune into me for as long as you want. Enjoy this time that we spend together a couple times a week at no expense to you, besides the already exceptional expense of your time. And if I start doing subs, then I also have to start managing advertisements, which means running ads at the beginning of the stream so that we can try to avoid them in the middle of the fun. And it becomes more of a product. That's why the emotes are so important to me. I don't want to offer subscriptions without at least some semblance of a product. Like, right now, if I were to launch it, the product is you don't have to watch advertisements. But guess what? You don't have to watch advertisements right now anyway. So it would be creating a problem in order to sell a solution, right? And I think there's something kind of fucked up about that. So, you know, the first priority is the emotes, because then at least, okay, now I'm saying you can get the emotes. Enjoy the labor of my love, which is making these emotes and getting these emotes from other people. And now you can spam all your favorite little Finch emotes in chat. That's kind of cool. But even then, now it's still interrupting stream for everyone else. Some elite few that are willing to pay for this are going to not have to see commercials, but everybody else does. Doesn't that kind of suck? So I've been like, how can I manage that, you know? The only thing I managed to conceive of was two things. One, heavily promote ad blockers. Tell you guys, look, don't bother listening to Twitch. Just get ad blockers. I don't care. If you like the channel, support it with subscriptions, but I'm going to be very vocal that you should be getting out ad blockers. And then the other thing would be during ad breaks, which we would now have to do. A lot of folks take breaks, but I don't envision myself streaming longer than I already do. And I don't need to take a break for 3 hours. Like, I can go 3 hours straight pretty easily. Although, it does sound like an interesting experiment. Would the energy levels overall be higher if I could take a break? Now I'm getting an idea. I want to try that on stream next time. Next stream. And see if just stepping away for 3 minutes, getting some water, getting some fresh air, can revitalize stuff later in the stream. But that's beside the point. The idea is like, okay, I have to run advertisements because that's what I'm signing up to do. So how do we, I don't know, how do we manage that? Knowing that there's probably an amount of people that don't have ad blockers and aren't willing to get ad blockers or can't get ad blockers. So what do we do during that time? I don't want to just keep the conversation going because then they're missing out on it. So one of the ideas I had, and now that I repeat it out loud, I'm not sure if it makes a lot of sense, but I had this idea of like really small little karaoke concerts every time we do an ad break. I don't remember the details of ad breaks. I think if you're gonna run for 3 hours, I think you need to run something like 3 ad breaks every hour, and each ad break is 3 minutes. I don't remember. If you use 3 minutes per an hour, It disables pre-rolls, but only during that disabled hour. Yeah, so if we were to do it, we could do a 3-minute thing of ads every hour. I guess 3 minutes isn't that much time. It's not even like enough time to do it karaoke, realistically. I don't know. Maybe it's a non-problem. I mean, a lot of streamers don't bother. They'll just keep on chatting right through. But I don't like that. I guess if I were a viewer, what would I want? And what would I do? If I were a viewer, I don't think I'd be paying for this shit. We're not there yet, but we will be one day. That's honestly, I think that would probably be my biggest measure of success. If someday I look at my own stuff and say, you know what? I would pay for a subscription to this guy. That's when I'll know I succeeded. This cross stitch looks a little funny. Yeah, I kind of fucked it up. One sec. We have to do this. So that's gonna be my measure of success. Would I be willing to pay for my own Prime or whatever it's called? I think we're not there yet. I think I need at least emotes. Would I need to be funnier? I don't know. Maybe. I think I'm pretty funny. Although on stream, I think I could be funnier. How do you practice that, you know? Maybe improv? Maybe doing a type 5 at a comedy hut? I guess it's also just like practicing public speaking too. It's funny, there's not really anywhere else that they do something like this in real life, is there? There's sort of like podcasting, I guess, but that's not really real life. Maybe the closest thing is newscasters sometimes have to vamp. Sportscasters have to vamp, that's for sure. I guess it's not really just vamping, that's not the only thing I'm doing up here. Okay, one more to undo. Like, it makes me wonder what just chatting streamers do. Like, I guess that's sort of what we're doing right now, but it's not the only thing we're doing right now. Because there's, like, some visual stuff you can take a look at here. Between the model and the slow but moving progress of this little cross-stitch. I also think that something about this cross-stitch is a very helpful... It keeps my mind moving. It makes me wonder earnestly what I would do if it was just a just chatting stream. And I had to just, like, sit here and talk at length. I'd probably be using a lot of, like, search engines are often my go-to. Because then you end up in rabbit holes, and people love rabbit holes. I love rabbit holes. Improv is a great skill to have. Recent research shows that it's very impactful for healthcare workers. You know, that makes a lot of sense. Healthcare workers have to work with so many different kinds of people, keeping them happy and satisfied. It's almost practicing conversational skills in a lot of ways, too. Maybe could read. Reading is a great way to learn. Just keep doing it, too. Oh, gosh. I'm such a nerd. You know, earlier this week, one of my biggest wins, I have to take a lot of notes for my job in heaven. A lot of notes. And earlier this week, I decided to start trying to level up my note-taking. Just put more effort into it and solve a couple problems that my note-taking has always had. Mostly the program. I guess my understanding of the program I use to take notes, which is Microsoft OneNote, if you're curious. And there are a handful of problems with Microsoft with any note-taking system. But I guess my biggest problem was one of the most important and useful things for me in a note-taking system is the at-a-glance notes. Being able to look at a note at a glance and understand information and remind myself of it. But the more notes you take, the harder it is for that to be the case, in my experience. Okay, this is the one who fucked up. I can't quite tell if this is right. I'm gonna move it off screen and look at real close with my Angel eyes. Uh-huh. He's got those angel eyes. Yeah, that looks fine. So, simplest little thing on the planet. OneNote lets you collapse notes. So my favorite way of taking notes, this is how big of a nerd I am. I have a favorite way of taking notes. Maybe I have a piece of paper and a pencil. I'll show you what I mean. That'll be more interactive, won't it? Now, one second. Okay, here we go. So I can explain what I mean. So my favorite form of note-taking... I sure hope this doesn't bleed through. Maybe we should go find another piece of paper I don't care as much about as this design. That's probably for the best. Especially since I'm at my desk. I have so much paper here. Just gotta make sure it's an unimportant piece of paper as well. Come on. Okay. Sure. Here. This is an old notebook. I think it's kind of fine. Here. There we go. So, my favorite way to take notes, when it's something that actually, like, I have to learn from, I guess, it's something I have to go to refer to later, is what's called Roman numeral notation. I mean, it's the simplest thing on the planet. Is it lowercase a? Or is it lowercase I and then a? I don't remember. Anyway, so this is how I like to take notes, right? With like some header up here, subheader. I started having info here and then like sub-info normally. But, and doing it virtually, there's a lot of things you get to do. Like, you can restructure where things go. I want to put this here or that there, whatever. But you get to end up having like a ton of information on a single page. But in MS Note, there's like a button you could press. It's not like a real button. That's part of why I never learned this. It's like a ghost button. Like you have to like put your cursor here and then it will appear. And I've seen it before, but I've never clicked it, and instead it just annoys me. But I hovered over it and I learned it. This thing like will collapse everything underneath it into a single line, just the top header. So all of this becomes just the one, and then there's like a little cross, and you can double click that and open it back up. It's the simplest thing on the planet, but it has completely revolutionized how I take notes. Because now I'm earnestly taking notes, but it's still easy for me to collapse all the notes and read them at a glance. You can even hide like pictures in there, and they won't take up like your whole page. So, I was very glad to get that going earlier this week. I don't know. I think a lot of times being resourceful with your notes is almost as useful as just having all that knowledge in your brain. And having good notes means I don't have to commit all this stuff to memory. There's a lot of angel stuff, and I'd rather learn about trading cards. Speaking of trading cards, is it already... No, it's not... Well, next week, we're going to have kind of a light week. There's not going to be a ton of streaming. I think I'm going to do Monday, maybe some on Tuesday. Maybe. And then Wednesday. And I won't have any chance to stream aside from that. Because it's Thanksgiving. I'm going to go see Angel Mama and Angel Papa. We will be back the next week, as normal. And that's the week I want to talk about. In 2 weeks, we will be back. And it will be 4 streams of pure, unadulterated Magic the Gathering. We're going to be doing Magic the Gathering Arena. It's all going to be Atlas themed because of the new Avatar The Last Airbender set. I'm actually doing a pre-release next weekend. ahead of that week of streams. I actually tried looking to see if we could get, like, early access, because there is a couple of days they normally do early access for content creators. So it turns out, though, it's more of like a, oh, we'll reach out to you. Don't worry about it. It's not like a program they have or something. And little old Tenchi is a little too small right now. But I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the week where we're kind of doing all one thing. Sort of curious to see what that will do to the simpletons, if we'll get a couple more folks who like trading card games. But I also hope that folks don't, like, I don't know, expect me to only play trading card games moving forward, because that's like the worst case scenario for me. I don't really like the idea of getting stuck doing the same thing over and over again. That's why we're doing a hand cam right now. Like, this is the hand camiest week that we've ever had. Normally I'm just playing video games. It means, I guess that I have to kind of change the tagline. Because normally when there's a new person in chat, I think everybody knows my little phrase. My name is Sharpfinch, I'm a Angel VTuber, and I play all sorts of games you can't play in heaven. Well, this isn't really a game. I do all sorts of stuff you can't do in heaven? I mean, that's pretty funny, the idea you can't cross-stitch in heaven. What the hell are they letting us do, you know? We're allowed to play Tetris, I've canonically said that. I think they let us boil water for fun, as long as we don't use it to injure anyone. Here we go. We're almost done with... Well, we're like 70% of the way done, about, with this little damage indicator. We're definitely on time to finish it before the end of stream, at least. But I don't think we're going to have time to crack into the green, to be honest. It was overestimating to a degree. Okay, here we go. Blam. Nice. Okay. So there's a lot of blue splotches left. Gonna have to keep an eye out on this stuff. I think the more complicated cross stitches are a little difficult to do on stream. And I guess by more complicated, I mean just like patches where you kind of have to turn your brain on to make sure you're not putting it in the wrong place. I don't want even a stitch out of place. I want to control every stitch. Let's see. On to the next one. Let's start right here. Wonderful. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna get to play some Perfect Dark tomorrow, hanging out with a friend that happens to have a very old game console. Back in the olden days, we used to do things called playing video games on a box instead of just the computer. That box was just for playing video games. And this one is called an N64. Back in 2010, back in the 90s. So I've actually never really played with a Nintendo 64, despite my like old man grandstanding. But we're gonna play Perfect Dark, which should be a blast. It's one of those built 15 years ago. Yeah. Oh yeah. Back when the Wii was new. I feel like the Wii has done it like so much to make video games popular to the wider general audience. We can give it that, at least. We can give it those flowers. Perfect Dark is a classic. Yes, I've heard so much about it. That's part of why I'm so excited. It's like Like literally one of the first-person shooters ever, right? I think. I don't think that they really had a ton of them beforehand. Like there was like GoldenEye, I think, and then there was like shooters at arcades, I suppose. Probably. But yeah, I'm excited to play that with a friend. Apparently it has a 2-player campaign too, which it feels like such a rare. That's an oddity. Nowadays, if a game has a 2-player campaign, it's about the fact that it has a 2-player campaign. Like, what's that video game about divorce? It Takes Two. And there's like another one that was about stories and writing. Let's see. I've played through some of It Takes Two. It's cute. I think it does a good job of making it so you can annoy whoever you're playing with, which is definitely an aspect, I think, of playing with other people. If you can't annoy the person across the table or the couch, are you really gaming? Oh, there's another game I really want to play. I'm going to talk about it after I finish these couple stitches. It's a game that is already out, but don't act like it's out. In fact, don't even listen to me. It's not really out. It's a game that was out on the shelves, and they've taken it back, and they're going to put it back out on the shelves very soon. And in fact, Wormy has worked on it. Wormy's been the super intern for it. It's a game called Astronautilus. I think I've mentioned it maybe once before. It is a bullet hell. I think it's a roguelike. It might just be a bullet hell like shooter game. But it features lots of critters. Under the sea critters. Ha, beautiful. A sea of blue. And it's about to get like a bunch of free DLC that adds not vocals. It doesn't have, it doesn't add voice acting, but it does add dialogue, like written dialogue, and a bunch of character scenes and cutscenes. Wormy was telling me about it. I was gung-ho, ready to add it to the stream calendar for next week, and then they were like, no, you don't get it. They're like good friends with the person who made this, and they're like, they don't want people playing it right now. They want people playing it after the DLC comes out. And I was like, oh, okay. I'll respect that. So we're gonna be playing that. I don't know when. When does the DLC drop for that? Let's go look it up right now. Astro Nautilus DLC. $10. What a steal. Loot Breaker releasing in 5 days. Oh, it's too bad I won't be around this next weekend on account of the pre-release, but I guess, that's our Atla week. I'm gonna have to cram some kind of stream on the week of the 17th, somewhere in there, so we can try Astronautilus. I don't care. I control the weather of this channel. Okay, let's keep going. I think this one probably, and then down through these two. Come back up and just do it all together. There'll be some awkwardness on the back, but that's okay. That's what's gonna make us charming, is how awkward it is. I added some more music to the BGM. I think I'm gonna keep trying to add more music. Most people don't really DMCA video game music, as it turns out, because then you'd be DMCAing people who play the game. Of course, this doesn't work if it's copyrighted music they put in a video game, but I'm pretty glad to not be listening to the same song over and over and over again. I've thought about doing like straight up Spotify, but here's the real reality. I haven't done the work to split my audio channels and I also don't record my own stream. I just pull it from the recording on Twitch. And if I recorded it myself, I could actually probably record individual channels and record the music separately. And then I could just edit the music very easily out of my videos. But I don't do that. And so instead, I have to prioritize not getting my stream muted, because if it does, then I can't go make clips out of it. So I don't really want to do Spotify for that reason. But it's like a lazy reason. Like I could really just do the work. I could do the work of figuring out how to separate audio channels and everything. And other parts of the clip editing would... What's the opposite of suffer? They would do better if I did too. Oh, but the force of being lazy is so strong. Come on. Sometimes you just gotta poke it through the front so you can figure out what hole it's supposed to go through on the back. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, me and my big mouth. We've only got another half hour. I don't know if we're gonna finish this little thing. After all. Here it is. It's just taking longer than I thought. Here we go. Nice. I feel like getting a snack after stream too. One of the best things I got, I've been talking about ice cream non-stop this week on stream. And one of the best things I got while grocery shopping was a tub of ice cream. It was a tub of, it's a mix of like vanilla ice cream and orange sherbet, which gives it this like, it tastes just like an orange creamsicle. I'm a very happy Tenchi. Although I also think I eat ice cream like a maniac. When I have a tub of ice cream at home, I never serve myself ice cream. I never get like a bowl or a cone, and like, mostly because I don't have like those scoopers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have those scoopers, I'm not gonna scoop myself ice cream, and instead I just open the tub, I grab a spoonful, or I guess I grab a spoon, and I like rake my spoon over the top of this tub, and then I eat like a spoonful and put it away. And normally that's enough to sate my ice cream lust. I don't need a whole thing of ice cream. Just one spoonful. But the trouble is that if I'm spending my whole day at home, that one spoonful, it keeps showing up. I think if I were to go get ice cream right now, it'd probably be my third spoonful today, maybe my fourth. Which is still probably considerably less than if I served myself ice cream in like a bowl. There's also just something so wrong about ice cream in a bowl, I feel like. Don't you think? Ice cream was meant to live in your mouth on your spoon, and in a cone. And I just don't think... I don't think ice cream should be allowed to be eaten any other way. They should lock people up. They should drag them into the street and let them get shot for eating ice cream any other way. Okay. One last stitch here. Or I guess 2. And then our first 9 will be complete. What about cone bowls? Another tyrant field. I am a tyrant in the making. Cone bowls are good. I think cone bowls are okay. It's still a subcategory cone. You know? Primarily a cone. I don't like them as much as cones, though. Wait, what's everybody's take between a waffle cone and a sugar cone? Because I really like sugar cones. I think that's what they're called, right? Sugar cones? Yeah, they call them sugar cones. These ones. Yeah. I feel like I could eat just the cone on these. And in fact, that's actually one of the problems with me buying them, is that I don't, like, I'll just eat them. Even if I don't have ice cream, I'll just chow down on these cones. Waffle cones are pretty good too. I like a warm waffle cone that's like just been made at the place. That's elite shit. Like, that's crazy. If you can find a place that's gonna warm up a waffle cone for you. There's a third kind of cone, the cake cone, which I don't recall what that looks like. Oh, maybe this is a cake cone. Cake cone versus sugar cone. Oh, what? A waffle bowl? I've never heard of that either. This random Facebook post from a decade ago. Oh, whoa. All this dust I have to get off of it. Whoa. Have I been calling it the wrong thing then? The types of ice cream cones. I guess I was calling it the wrong thing. A sugar cone. What's the difference between a sugar cone and a waffle cone? They have a pointed tip and a flat brim. Are they... Okay, many mistake sugar cones as a smaller version of a waffle cone, but the two have many differences. Denser than a waffle cone, sugar cones have a solid flat brim. Oh, okay. Waffle cones are bigger, fluffier, and have a more varied flavor than sugar cones. Their edges are conical. Well, whatever. Who cares? Conical. It's cake cone anyway. These are the best ones. This is the only cone that you could set on your desk in the middle of enjoying your ice cream. There's no reason why you ever would anyway, because you're gonna sit there and you're gonna eat all of your ice cream in a single gulp, like me. Like a whale. You're gonna swallow your ice cream. But it is nice to have the option, isn't it? I can't remember if I don't remember if I tied this off or not. I think I might have, but I guess I should do it anyway. Just in case I didn't. Go through. Yes. Second knot. Okay, wait. We might spend some time doing something else. Because I don't think we're going to... Well, what do we do? Do we just power through? No, it took us 40 minutes just to do this. So we probably don't have enough time to do the rest. And that's okay. We don't have to finish it all today. But instead, you're going to sit there and you're going to be tormented while I think of a solution. there is something that a friend of mine showed me earlier today. Webcam off. Kablam. So, a friend of mine showed me this. Let's make it like a bigger... It's called, what is it called? It's called Clues by Sam or something? Yeah. It's like this, I guess it's like a logical elimination puzzle thing. This doesn't get everything on screen though. Maybe like that. So much wasted space. That's okay. So the idea is that Zach has given us a piece of information that can help us eliminate a handful of options from the... I guess I should explain. Every single square represents a person with a name and a job. That person can also be either innocent or guilty. Or, I mean, I guess it's not guilty. It's a criminal. They're either innocent or a criminal. So we only start with a single piece of information that we have to then extrapolate out to get a whole solution of the 4x5 grid. Each person that we, like, accuse or whatever, they can give us some more info. So Zia is one of 2 criminals in row 5. That's telling us Zia is a criminal. So we can go accuse her right now. Mech is the only profession with no innocence. So that means they're all guilty. They're all criminals. I've already solved half of this, which is why we're going so fast. But we will see if we can do much better. So, exactly 3 of the 5 innocents neighboring Linda are on the edges. Which means, so here's Linda, these 3 are on the edges, so these all have to be innocents. And then Eli has exactly 3 innocent neighbors. So we know he's a criminal. And he's only got 4 neighbors. Which means there is 1 criminal amongst these 4. Only 1. We're just going to assume Betty might be the one for now. Which means these all have to be innocent. Are you following? Is your brain expanding? Does it hurt? If it hurts, that means it's working. Let's see. Diane is one of Celia's 2 criminal neighbors, so that also tells us Diane is a criminal. I think this is as far as I got. Let me double check. I have it open on another browser. I'll see if I was able to learn anything else. I don't think I was. Oh, I got one more. I don't remember what it was, how I got it, but I did get one more. If I can't justify it again, I don't think we can do it then. Yes. So since Zia is one of 2 criminals in row 5, and there's only 2 criminals here, that means that Vicky's got to be innocent. She's not giving us a real clue. Better count with care today. Okay, cool. Let's see. So now I think it's actually the point where we have to start operating through the possibility space, basically. So one of these, we know Linda... What is it? Exactly 3 of the 5 innocents neighboring Linda are on the edges. So this tells us 2 things. One of those things we already did, which is that these 3 are innocents on the edges. That also means that she has some neighbors, 2 more neighbors that are innocent. That are not on the edges. So, I guess in this possibility, these 2 are innocents, which means these guys have to be guilty. And now we can, based on this, we can evaluate whether this is a possibility based on the other rules that are here. So, for example, I think one of them is Diane is one of the... I'm actually going to zoom out a little. Maybe then we can get the whole play space. Yeah, that's pretty okay. I'll make it even bigger if I have to. That's fine. So... Right. Diane is one of Celia's 2 criminal neighbors. In this possibility space, we have 3 criminal neighbors. So this can't be the case. I guess we could then rotate through and start from one rule. I think that's what I did. So Eli has exactly 3 innocent neighbors. That's how we constructed this possibility space. So what we know Betty can't be the criminal. There's one criminal around Eli, one more criminal around Eli, and Betty can't be it, which means she has to be innocent. That's what I justified. And then Betty says Kumar is one of Linda's 5 innocent neighbors, so Kumar is also innocent. Only one person has exactly 5 innocent neighbors. And we don't know. I don't think there's anybody who has 5 innocent neighbors yet, so that doesn't really tell us much. This is the shit that I when I'm feeling like a detective when I'm playing Disco Elysium, this is the part of my brain that's very happy. Oh, we have 12 more minutes to finish this. Come on. So I guess we can continue rotating through the possibility space. Now there's only 2 possibilities. Either Julie or Gabe is a criminal. Let's assume that Gabe is the criminal. This doesn't work, right? Because this doesn't work because now Celia has 3 criminal neighbors. But there could be a possibility where Hal is no longer a criminal. Linda needs 2 more innocents, 1 more innocent near her. So this could function as a possibility space. Or a possible answer. I shouldn't say possibility space. It is within the possibility space. But we can't prove that it is the correct answer. Just because it could work. There might be other rules we don't know about. So I guess we could alternate. What if Julie is a criminal? That means that Hal has to also be a criminal. Because Celia needs another criminal near her. This could also function as a possibility. Like a possible answer. Because it satisfies Anna's rule and it satisfies... Tom's rule. Which means we can't really draw any conclusions about these 4 or 5 folks. We have to look at another rule. Let's see. Okay, wait. Let's go back to Gabe is the innocent one. We have another rule. Only one person has exactly 5 innocent neighbors. And in fact, we also know that Linda has 5 exact innocent neighbors. So she is the only person with 5 innocent neighbors. In this solution, this gives Hal 5 innocent neighbors. Possibly. Right? Because here's 5 of them. But Celia might be a criminal. We don't know. And we don't know about Linda either. So never mind. This is still possible, right? But what about Pam? We don't know if Ollie's a criminal. Well, I guess in this one, Ollie has to be a criminal. Therefore, this is not feasible because there's... Linda's still a question mark. Ooh, this is tricky. Damn. This is not easy. One, 2, 3, 4. I mean, he'd be in the clear. Is there a rule I'm missing, maybe? I guess the other possibility space that we now could rotate through is if Gabe is a criminal and Julie is an innocent, then who is the other innocent around Linda? We could rotate through that. Then it could be, what if it was Hal? Is this feasible? It could be done. As long as Celia is innocent. That could work. I think. No, this wouldn't work. Well, Celia would have to be innocent and Linda would have to be a criminal. That could work. Is there any other reason why this might not work? So if Linda has to be a criminal in this reality, these two have to be criminals too. Kumar's in the clear, Julie's in the clear. Yeah, I mean, that could work. Oh, my brain. My poor brain. What about if Hal was a criminal but Pam was an innocent? So Linda still has 5 around her, that's great. This doesn't work. As long as Gabe is a criminal... Hal has to be innocent. Because Celia only has 2 criminals near her. And so Gabe and Hal are a matched set. One of them has to be a criminal, and the other one has to be the opposite, because of Celia. So let's assume that he's innocent, and Hal is not. And because Gabe has to be innocent, or Hal has to be innocent, we know that Ollie and Pam have to be a criminal, because there's only one innocent left around Linda. That's the next step. Wonderful. Oh, the wrinkles. The wrinkles in my brain. They are very happy with me. Ollie doesn't help us at all, and Pam doesn't help us at all. Okay. Pam now has 5 innocents around her. We know that Linda's the only one with exactly 5. Linda has to be innocent. Hal also has 5 innocents around him. I guess that means either Gabe or Celia is innocent. It doesn't really help us much. But Linda has a new rule. One of the 8 innocents on the edge is in column C. One of the 8 innocents. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 innocents on the edge already. That means we're expecting 2 more innocents on the edge. And one of them is in column C. Well, we only have 2 innocents on the edge that are on column C. And Zia is not an innocent. That means Celia has to be an innocent. Wonderful. Okay. That also means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 1 more innocent on the edge. It could be Noah, it could be Eli, or it could be Julie. If Julie is innocent, then Gabe has to be a criminal, which makes Hal an innocent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that'd be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Huh. Oh, we're close, but it's only gotten harder. So Gabe and Hal are a matched set. What are the other rules that we have not used? Oh, gosh. Gabe and Hal are a matched set. We already know that about them. There's a criminal and an innocent somewhere in there. I guess we could just, so what if Gabe was innocent and Hal was a criminal? Does that change anything about Julie? Yes, she has to be a criminal. which means Eli or Noah has to be innocent. What happens if Eli is innocent? Then Noah has to be a criminal? And Eli ends up surrounded by 3. That's fine. Gabe surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not possible. So that means Eli would have to be a criminal in this reality, and Noah would have to be innocent. Does that work? That does. Doesn't prove it, though. Tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Oh, 3 minutes left? Oh. Come on, come on, come on. You got this. I'm not quitting stream till we finish this. I'm committed to that much. But I don't think it'll take us much longer. So that was if Gabe was a criminal. But what if Hal was a criminal? Or sorry, if Hal was the innocent? That means that Julie has to be innocent, which means that these two both have to be criminals. Does that work? Or does this not work? If this doesn't work, that means that Gabe has to be innocent, because this is the only possibility that exists with Gabe being a criminal. So Gabe would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 innocents around him. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would still work. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh no. We've got 2 possibilities that could both work. But there's probably only one real solution. What about Isaac? That ends up with 4. Linda already has her 5. Yeah, right. Linda's satisfied either way. 3. She would have to be completely surrounded. 3, that's fine. Nope. Oh, here's another question. How many of these squares can even have 5 people around them? So the corners don't work. These do work. These could have 5. But to have 5 around them, they would have to be completely surrounded by innocents. None of them could be. That rule doesn't apply to any of them, I should say. So it doesn't apply to these. Probably doesn't apply to any of the edges, right? Oh no, you have 5 around here. But similarly, they'd have to be completely surrounded by innocents. So it doesn't apply to this, like, edge. Well, in this case anyway. But it could. It could apply to them. Ah! Oh. Steam is pouring out of my little ears. Maybe we should just completely restart from 0 for these last 4. So what rules do we know that are impactful? I guess we could go from top left to bottom right. Eli has exactly 3 innocent neighbors. We've got 1, 2. So either Julie or Gabe are innocent, but not both. Maybe I missed that. Did I miss that somewhere? So let's say Julie's innocent, Gabe is not. Then we have the other rule about the edge, which would mean that Eli would have to not be innocent, and Noah could not be innocent either. And also because of Linda's rule, Hal would have to be innocent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's also okay. Eli's got his 3. Julie has... Yeah, it's no problem. This could work. It could. Then there's the inverse of Julie being a criminal, Gabe not being a criminal, Hal has to be a criminal, and then either Eli or Noah. What about Noah? If he was innocent, Ollie has 1, 2, 3, 4 innocents. 5. No, wait. I'm getting lost in the sauce. This seems to work, at least for Ollie, so that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's okay too. Hal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's fine too. Is there multiple possibilities? Ah. Dang, dude. Maybe there is multiple possibilities. I should try to figure out. So far, Gabe, Hal, Julie, and Julie are alternating. Like, could I do one where, what if Eli was innocent? Is there some reason that can't happen? Kumar would have 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Betty would have 3. That's also okay. Hal would be a ton. That's fine too. Damn. Maybe it doesn't matter past this point? That doesn't sound right. Maybe I should focus on... So I know that these guys on the edge, none of them have the possibility of actually being surrounded by 5 people. So I should focus on these 6. Gabe... I mean, innocents. Gabe will always be surrounded by 5 innocents. Unless... Noah... Unless he's a criminal. Right? Because that makes Hal innocent. So... This could work. But... This could not. And in this reality, it would have to be either Julie or Noah. And it has to be Noah. Because if it was Julie, then he's still surrounded by 5. So if Gabe is innocent, this is the only solution. Oh. But what about if Hal is innocent? Then Gabe has 5 innocents around him, and either Eli or Julie have to be the innocent. In fact, it has to be Julie in this possibility, because Eli can only have 3 around him. Is there some rule I'm forgetting? No, that's not helpful anymore. One person has exactly 5 innocent neighbors, and we know that's... No, wait. No, we do know that's Linda. Because we know that something earlier told us Linda has 5 innocent neighbors. So nobody else has 5 innocent neighbors. Bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hal's not in the running anymore. Gabe is still in the running. Eli is not. Julie is not. Noah is not. It's between Gabe and somebody else in here might also have 5. Is it Ollie? 3, 4. No, because only either Julie or Noah, so he's not in the running. For having it matter whether or not he has 5 innocents around him. 3, 4, 5. No, that's so confusing. Okay, I'm gonna use the clue. Oh, this just tells me... this just tells me which ones have clues in them. Whatever. A hint. Mech is the only profession with no innocence. Oh. So it has to be a reality where... I mean, we're okay with the cooks at this point. There will be a criminal in there somehow. But in this case, I can't let Julie be a... It would have to look like this, which means both of these cops are criminals, and that doesn't work. One of them has to be innocent, which means Hal has to be innocent. Gabe is a criminal. Eli, I gotta remember what these are all are. So Julie has to be innocent, which makes Noah and Eli criminals. Blam. Fuck yeah. 24 minutes? That's not true. I spent like half an hour on this earlier today. Wow. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Oh. Okay. Well. I hope you guys got smarter doing that too. Or at least enjoyed my dulcet tones. Let's find somebody to raid into. Snaps. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. I know. Hard at work. Can you believe it? Well, this little bear VTuber is like journaling. That sounds kind of cute. Okay. Well. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope y'all have a good rest of your morning, evening, day, whatever it may be. Make sure to make the most of your time, because heaven waits for you. Goodbye! Say hello to Tsubaki Stationery. Oh, that's really cute.